recommend anyone that does have their power in danger of being cut off should contact the provider right away.
He says the rule applies to Georgia Power, the only electric provider regulated by the PSC. EMCs and municipal electric systems have similar rules. President Trump warns Israel not to escalate the war against Iran. CBS's Robert Berger in Jerusalem reports the ceasefire announced by the president last night is holding for now.
The sense is that the ceasefire is going to hold. Iran has been hit hard, and it really needs a ceasefire. And while Israel has had the upper hand, President Trump has sent a tough warning to refrain from further airstrikes.
Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter is nominating President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. The president's nomination comes after his role in brokering this week's ceasefire agreement. Carter says he wrote a letter to the Norwegian Nobel Committee today to formally nominate Trump. Sanitation workers in Cumming prepare for a possible strike as they participate in a practice picket today.
Members of Local 728 are asking Republic Services for a fair wage. Teamsters spokesman Colin McCullough says workers for Republic all over the country are seeking the same thing.
These local unions who are working for Republic, have members who are working for Republic, are all looking for the same thing, a fair contract with decent wages.
More practice strikes may occur. McCullough says they don't want to go on strike, but will if necessary. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
After weeks of testimony, the prosecution rests today in the Sean Diddy Combs trial in New York. Combs confirms to the judge he will not testify. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, the big mess continues over on the perimeter in Cobb County, right next to Truist Park. Crash investigation and cleanup has the 285 north or eastbound interloop ramp to I-75 northbound shut down. You're stacked up from South Cobb Drive. Take South Cobb Drive, South Atlanta Road, even Cobb Parkway, some alternates that can get you up to Windy Hill where you can re-enter 75 north. The onlooker delays, even though the ramp is open from 285 west to 75 north, has that outer loop very slow back to Ashford Dunwoody Road. If you're traveling on that through downtown, 400 southbound, the brake lights find you right at Lenox Road. 85 south slows at North Druid Hills. A lot of that is people also avoiding that north side perimeter. You're going to stay on the brakes into Midtown and downtown. Northbound, the delay starts 75, 85 north, Highway 166, Langford Parkway up to Peachtree, Pine Street. And out in Snellville, crash cleanup continues on Highway 78 at Hickory Station Drive. Highway 78 westbound has been blocked. Police on scene rerouting traffic there. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today. Potentially the hottest day so far this year. High 98. The heat index value is closer to 100 to 105. Lows tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, another hot afternoon. High 97. Watching for scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon through the evening hours.
95 in Roswell, 94 in Austell, 94 in Fairburn. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews, will join us in a bit. We do have lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher, and the man behind the glass, George Clark, and the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I know why you're wearing those sunglasses inside, Eric.
Why?
Because you got the Maroon 5 pre-sale code for Friday.
Oh, that's why.
Coming back to Atlanta.
Atlanta!
On November 11th.
Man, he's so masculine with all those tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Those really make me think, wow, he's masculine.
See, that would be a good guess, I suppose, except for the fact that I'm into good bands that make good music that's worth listening to. But not a bad guess.
But he has tattoos. Have you seen all of them?
I've seen all the tattoos, which, and when the tattoos are writhing around while he's giving the moves like Jagger, nobody can say that isn't entertaining, but it's just not my cup of tea.
It's upsetting because that Moves Like Jagger song is actually kind of fun.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Maroon 5.
Why can't you enjoy something? Why are people like this? You know what you sound like? You
A
sound
person
like
who's smart and
hater.
annoyed.
A hater.
you sound like somebody who says, yeah, I liked them before they sold out, like any band. Like, hey, you know what? Before they were comfortable and they could quit their jobs at the factory, I liked them. But now that they're actually being successful, I'm not saying this is the same thing. I'm saying you sound like a person like that. If you like moves like Jagger, who cares who it's by?
Dance to it, Autumn. You
Turn
dance.
it up.
No,
Turn
I
it
don't
up.
like him.
Well, no, you can still enjoy art and entertainment from people that you
I
don't
can be
personally
annoyed by
like.
it.
You can be annoyed by it, but
That's all I'm saying.
Why are you caring?
Remember, it's not
I
just
don't care.
Let
I'm
yourself-
just annoyed.
You're let yourself annoying is if you didn't care, you wouldn't be annoyed. You understand how this works.
Remember, Autumn, the big thing here is supporting the entire band. This is Maroon 5's reunion. Adam Levine
Yeah.
had been going solo for a while.
Yeah, just because you don't like one doesn't mean you don't like the other four that make up the collective of five.
He's a great
possibility.
example. This band is a great example of male lead singers needing to have higher voices so that women can sing along.
Well, it works. That's all I'm saying.
Like one of these nights.
It's not my cup of tea, but apparently it works. But I want to get to something that
The war?
No, I'm not going to get to the war. Not immediately. Not immediately. This is, by the way, for the audience to know, this is the position that I'm in. That I've got people around me, the doctrinaires, who are like, oh, don't talk about the war. And then if I don't talk about the war at all, I got people in the audience going, well, what the hell is this? He's acting like
Well,
there's
who
no
do you care
war.
about more?
Boy, I tell you that I
Depends
mean,
on the day.
Autumn, I love you, but you know, the audience puts the food on the table. You know,
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
bread and the
bacon makes it all
pan.
happen. You know, and listen, my love for you is better because the audience gives me money. Remember that. Remember that. We can't get away from the foundational premises of life. So I'm going to please the audience first, but only so I can please you second.
Okay.
You know, you lose.
You're
the
still in
audience.
line. You're still second.
You're like
Yeah,
the vice.
I'm not complaining.
You're
I'm
like the
hearing
vice.
you.
Yeah, you're hearing it, right? You're taking it in.
absolutely.
You're
He hears you. He sees you.
Yeah.
I do want to come out. I'm pro-war talk.
Yeah, I know you are, George Clark. This is why you can't find a date, even though you're a good-looking guy who's 32 years old.
I like
and-
long walks on the beach talking about World War III.
Yeah. This guy.
Did you see the latest rocket blast?
Yeah, this guy walks into a bar and immediately starts talking about the latest conspiracy theory. Now, I'm not saying you can't find yourself a beautiful young lady who would be interested in these things, but it's not the way you start the conversation.
Yeah,
I think maybe we really have to do this thing.
Find
with George.
Wendy War out there? Sure you could. I believe in Wendy War.
You need to. We have to do a thing, I think, where we kind of like coach you up. I mean, you're a man. I know you're a man. I know you can handle yourself. But I'm just saying, I think there's a little problem with the immediate approach, and I think we got to soften that up a little bit. You know, let them come to you a little bit. Let them get comfortable. Let them feel maybe even like, oh, this guy would protect me in a situation. Then you lay the Alex what's his
Alex
name?
Jones.
Alex Jones, latest thing, and you start talking about how the frogs are being turned gay and all that. I'm just saying that's not an icebreaker in a
keep that in mind.
conversation. That's all. That's all. But maybe we'll get you ready. Although every time we say we're going to get you ready for something, we never do it. So I don't want to.
There's a lot going on in the world.
There is, including war, but Autumn doesn't want me to bring it up. So
Hey,
I don't know that I want to bring it up. I will say this.
There's tension on the doctrine.
There is so much fugaze around
Fugazi.
all of this. All of this. I know that that people are weird and lie a lot, but apparently nations are exactly the same way. Because right now, the way that I'm looking at it, Israel is lying, Iran's lying, and we're lying. And what I'm saying is that the whole thing looks like some sort of staged theater. You know, it's quite possible that Iran had moved most everything out of there, definitely got their people out of there. And
They had time.
Then we bombed the bejesus out of them. And, and then as a response, Iran, kind of puts these missiles up that they know aren't going to be, Israel says that they were going after the nukes. They weren't. They were going after regime change. Everybody's just like, now all of a sudden, yeah, we all got what we wanted. And I don't think anybody got a whole hell of a lot. It was like one of those things where everybody had to perform and act. And hopefully we're not going to see a whole lot more death about this. But Trump announced a ceasefire yesterday, and then there was some breaking of the ceasefire, and then he dropped the F-bomb. Do you have that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, Israel's got to realize now. Now you're okay. You thought it was great with Trump, but Trump is not Mr. Let's do this for 6 months or a year or what. He's very
he wants it done quick.
You can have it on Monday. You can have him on Monday, and he's not with you on Wednesday. And now they're gonna have to deal with this. And so yeah, he after the ceasefire was broken, he kind of dropped the F-bomb. Seemed like he was more angry at Israel than Iran.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We understand that, I think. Do you understand? I don't know. I don't know that anybody understands this, but I will say this. You just got to let it play out, and we'll see. And
it's fresh. It's very fresh.
It is fresh. War, it's a fresh war, yes. And we have to make sure that
it doesn't ripen this war.
It's got to ripen, but we don't want it to spoil back into another spoiled war, which is worse than a fresh war. So I think that go ahead. If it makes you feel good to watch your favorite 24-hour show or listen to your favorite talk show host tell you why your side won in this, I just think it's impossible to know. I got my fingers crossed, and hopefully it'll kind of give us 2 or 3 years. I would like to get to the point where we actually have some kind of relationship with Iran in the world, and we're not basically involved in this Cold War. That so we'll just have to let it. It's like those the hackneyed sports reporters always say at the end is we'll have to see how it all plays out. I mean, it's
the only way to know.
It's the only way to know. And anybody who's telling you that they know right now is just trying to convince you to join them on their side, because nobody can know. We're starting to get some information. It doesn't look like it was obliterated, but okay, the president's going to say it's obliterated. It doesn't matter. What matters is, can we get a little bit of peace? Can we get no death for a week? I don't know.
You're asking a lot, Eric.
I am asking a lot. Just 1 week, maybe, we get no death.
It's falling into the process story category is where it's going now. It went from we kind of knew where it was going, and then now we're like, we don't really know. It's ongoing.
Yeah, it's just good. We're just going to have to see. All I tell you is that I don't believe anybody. I don't know how you are with this, the audience. I personally don't believe Iran. I don't believe Israel. I certainly don't believe my intelligence agencies and the government. And CNN, well, yeah, but he's yelling at CNN because he's saying CNN is telling us that we didn't obliterate it. And what that means, according to Trump, is they hate the Army or they hate the Air Force. They hate the Navy. They hate soldiers. That's not true, not even a little bit. But he's the president. He's got the bully pulpit. So it's starting to look like, we pushed it back maybe 6 months or something. But there's so much we don't know. And again, I'm not believing Iran, Israel, or us right now. And we'll all know in a few months. We'll all know. I know in this microwave society where everything has to be known yesterday, somebody's saying that, we're probably going to have to wait a few months to get 100. Listen, go ahead, hit that keyboard and let the world know how you feel on social media. I'm just saying you don't know what the hell you're talking about, not because you're you, just because nobody does.
All the experts that thought they knew everything about tariffs 2 weeks ago are now experts on this conflict.
Yeah, we all become experts.
It's great to see this.
Are you kidding me? 24-hour news network is like wallpaper in my home. I don't have to read a book or history or anything like that. I get, Judge, what's her face? Is she back on Fox, or is she still part of the government now?
I think she's part of the government.
Yeah, but it was interim, wasn't it? That Judge Janine was.
I think she's still with. I'll double check on that one.
Well, she should do it doesn't mean she can't do a show. The whole damn thing is a show.
It is. Yes.
That's like the whole damn thing is a show, and I don't know whether it's going to get good ratings or bad ratings or be renewed for next year. These are things that we're just going to have to.
Just ride the ride, Eric. Ride the ride, man.
As long as it doesn't blow me up, I'm willing to ride the ride.
We've done a couple safety checks. We're okay.
It'd be nice if we could just stop blowing things up for a while. But anytime I say that, I'm ready for my neocon friends to tell me that I'm naive and too easy to appease, like that moron Mark Levin. My God. It really is something. It really is something to watch. I don't know. What is his background besides bloviating? Like, was he ever in government or any, like, what is his, he passes himself off as like the smartest dude who ever lived. That's really He's like, I don't even have to try to perform for you. I'm gonna hit you with the dullest monotone voice you can imagine, because I'm so damn smart that you'll still listen to me. But I don't know what his
law degree.
Oh, wow. Not many of those around. You're saying a lawyer? Wow. That's different.
And then other than that, it just says analyst, columnist, political commentator, radio personality, writer.
Yeah. He's had his radio show for 100 years.
No humility, has no idea that he doesn't know what the hell's going on here. What makes him an expert? What makes anyone an expert except for the experts? And the experts are liars, because if you're that good, you're in the intelligence agency and your job is to lie. So, I love the arrogance from all of these talk show hosts and everyone on every side, even from the left. It's all just like, I know what I'm talking about. How do you know what you're talking about? Were you there? Were you on the ground? Did you see the damage? I try to get this across, that everybody's trying to pitch you that they're correct on this with any opinion that you hear, because no one can actually really know what's going on. And that's for the alternative media too. That's for, the general that shows up on, Judge Napolitano's, it's for everything. The people are showing up on the alternative media, and declaring that the bombing had no effect within 24 hours of the bombing. And I'm looking at it, and they're in their house, in their office, on a computer. Like, I don't see that you're in Iran, or that you, it's like, and then the Trump president on the other side, it was completely obliterated. He said that within an hour and a half of it happening. There's no way that he can know
is
that.
saying differently too.
Yeah, well, he is saying differently, but then he's also saying, because he's got to deal with Trump now, who's not going to want more, at least in this moment. And so now everybody's just declaring victory, and Israel has to be careful now. And I know they love having Trump on their side, but this is something that we should notice about billionaires. Billionaires, when they get it wrong, just declare that they're right and change course and move forward. That's what billionaires do. This is the thing you can see with Elon, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg. They don't sit around thinking about stuff, or was that right? Was that wrong? It's all about results. So if Trump finds that doing this, helping Israel, if he thinks in 2 weeks it was a mistake, he'll just say it was a victory, but then he'll change course and just move forward. That's what billionaires do. And what Israel's lying about is that it was ever about a nuke. I don't think it was ever about a nuke. I think it was always about regime change. And we saw that with some of the targets that they hit that had nothing to do with the nuclear sites. And they thought and they did get Trump for a little bit, but they're not going to get Trump for 6 months, a year, 2 years to change the regime. And what I think, it may seem very cynical, but at these levels with war, it would have been more helpful if Iran would have done the stupid thing and gone and actually killed Americans. But they didn't do that. I suspect Putin had a lot to do with that. They went over there, they talked to Putin, and Putin's like, that's not the way to go. I mean, Putin's very pissed off at the United States right now, but he's a Machiavellian. Does he have a soul? Who knows? He's like a human computer or something. I don't.
He's very calculated with everything.
He's calculated with everything. And I said this yesterday. I think his advice to Iran, it's not even about advice. If you want us to help, you'll do this, is that just staying where you are puts you in the best spot. Once you start killing Americans, Westerners, then the whole thing gets muddied. But for the countries in the world, which is most, but not America, that care about the United Nations and the United Nations Charter, if you don't start killing people, then really you're kind of on the right side of every one of those charters. Now, not everybody cares about those charters. This country has proven time and time again, we don't care about it, but a lot of the rest of the world does.
Well, it doesn't apply to us. It applies to everybody else.
Well, that's right, because we're the good guys. You understand this. When you're as good as we are, you don't need rules, because everyone knows that even if you break the established rules, you're only doing it for good. Right. So, that's the way that it is. Now, speaking, and that's where that stands right now. It's a haze of fugazi. That's what I call it.
Oh, I like that.
A haze of fugazi. Everybody's lying. Everybody's saying they won. When there's three different sides and two major sides. All sides can't win, yet all sides are declaring victory. Every talk show host is telling you today, no matter what they told you yesterday, see, I told you, because it's one of those situations where you can do that because you can come on and you can tell your audience that it's over when it's not. This thing is still playing out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, here's a talk show host that will tell you, I don't exactly know. I have my feelings about it and my opinions about it, but basically my fingers are crossed that this will be the end for a couple of years and we can move on and at some point have a state-to-state relationship with Iran. That's not all on us, obviously. It's a lot on them. But I would like to get to the point where that's the goal rather than regime change. And for those of you in favor of regime change, I'm going to give you to 7 o'clock to think of one time it ever actually worked. And then come up with an argument why this is the time that it will work. You might want to consult the smartest man in the world, Mark Levin. He is. Just ask him. He'll tell you that he's the smartest man in the world. How is this ridiculous talk show host have anything to do with what the president is doing in terms of war and peace? I do not know. I do not know. And Trump needs to stop watching Fox News. Just stop. Because anything they applaud and call him a wonderful leader on, he's going to do more of. And there's a lot of people who understand that's the way to influence him.
And keep him off the plane, then, because when he's on the plane, that's when he's watching a lot of Fox News. And then he's also on Truth Social a lot when he's on the plane as well, too.
Even if you believe in Trump, I think at this point you do admit that the last voice in his head can sometimes have the influence. So let's just turn off the TV. Let's stop taking our cues, our geopolitical, our cultural cues from news coverage that, by the way, most of the country doesn't watch. So you can't say you've got your finger on the pulse of the country because your favorite 24-hour news network keeps giving you a standing ovation. Can we get out of that? The answer, no. So that's the end of my rant. What I wanted to get on, there are other things that are going on, and apparently this Jared Yamamoto, who I believe his next job should be, if it doesn't exist, they should just create Beltline spokesperson. This guy is into the Beltline the way that I'm into the Beatles. It is ridiculous.
Well, it's right in front of my house. Well, it's so nice. Like I've
had highways in front of my house. I don't fall in love with them.
I know, but a highway's different.
Big fan of that highway.
What a great highway.
Nobody does a highway like us.
I'll tell you, it'll take you from here to there quickly.
And then back again.
And back again.
You know what?
They got an exit right close to my house.
You
what a
guys
great highway.
are just being haters about that.
Stop using that term.
What the Beltline has done is so impressive for Atlanta. It's so impressive.
We used to have another word for it. It's called critics. All right? Stop with the haters. Whenever you say someone's a hater, what you're saying is, I shouldn't even be debating this with you. You're a hater. So therefore, I don't have to actually debate and make my point of view and make that actual argument.
Number one, I think all of you need to spend a day on the Beltline with me on the East Side Trail, where it's actually developed, where we can go have a fun afternoon. We can have a little day drinking and a night drinking.
Yeah. And then at the very end, at the end of the night, we just call them over to the side. An old yeller.
But what's so cool is, since I moved over to this underdeveloped side of town, there was no connection over to our side. There's no sidewalks, really. The streets are kind of in bad condition.
How did you live?
I know, it's been bad. I'm a pioneer. I'm a pioneer.
I've lived here 25 years. I've never had the Beltline near my house. How have I gotten through it? I just don't know.
But now with this new 1.3 mile stretch they just added to the west side, I guess the west side connection of it.
It's better than 1.2.
It is, because it's 1.3.
Not as good as 1.4.
It's 0.1 better.
Now I can go all the way from my house into Shirley Clark Franklin Park.
Yeah.
And I can connect up with the Beltline.
Glad you finished that with Park. All right.
I can now go nearly 7 miles in the Beltline, and then by the end of this year, I should be able to connect all the way around like Pont City Market, Piedmont Park.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And it's great.
Oh,
I bought a bike today just to be able to do it. It was wonderful.
Mr. Moneybags, able to buy a bike.
All right. Look, okay, we don't need your your jealousy of anybody who could afford
Trump.
Anything.
Bum the Beltway. What's it called?
It's Beltline. Yeah.
It's the Beltway. You're by the Beltway because you're in Baltimore. Yeah, you're into the Beltway.
Yeah, so I
horrible place to drive, the Beltway.
I found a
Sounded
deal.
just like Trump too.
Horrible
place to drive.
Do we hate the Beltway?
Terrible.
The Beltway is
Georgia
horrible.
makes the best beltways. Am I right? Even
Belt
lines.
lines. Belt
Belt
lines.
lines.
So you got your new one and you took your walk and.
No, so this morning I woke up super early to go get a bike. I found a
Really
good
thinking
deal.
story about driving.
Good deal on a bike at Walmart.
Yeah.
Less than $150.
Yeah.
Took it out in the Beltline, and I went all the way down to the west end.
And then you rode it.
Wow.
Rode it
Because you
all
bought
the-
it and then you rode it.
But I took the Beltline from my house
What time
on the
did you
west
buy it?
side to the west end.
Yeah, you have a receipt for that? I don't know that I believe this story.
Summer heat is no joke. I've trusted Ragsdale with my family's comfort for years, and you should too. Ragsdale now offering up to $1,700 off a brand new Carrier home comfort system. Along with saving big, you'll enjoy Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty on your new Carrier system. With over 10,000 reviews and a 4.9 Google rating, you know they take care of their customers. Schedule at ragsdaleair.com or give them a call. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
No one in Georgia treats more kids with cancer and blood disorders, and no one in the Southeast is doing more to advance pediatric cancer research. The Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta cares for thousands of patients each year and offers access to hundreds of clinical trials to kids whose survival depends on new treatment. Listen July 24th and 25th to the 25th annual 95.5 WSB Carathon and support research to find cures. Visit choa.org/carathon to make a donation today.
With thousands of 5-star reviews, it's no wonder CertaPro Painters is Greater Atlanta's most preferred painting company. Hear from one of their happy customers.
We wanted to add some color to our walls, so we hired CertaPro. We had built-in shelves that were supposed to be ready to paint when they got there, which they were not. CertaPro spent hours caulking and sanding to make sure the job was done right. It's rare to find a crew with integrity who really take pride in their work.
When choosing a painting professional, choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2798. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, a heat advisory in effect in Atlanta until 8 p.m. tomorrow. It's not pleasant for people who have to work outside, like Manuel, who's at a job site in Alpharetta.
Luckily, we do have water
good.
to keep hydrated. But beside that, man, we probably would have been out here. You can see we're getting dark, very red, right? But it is hot out here,
Meteorologist Christina Edwards says the heat index is around 105 this afternoon. President Trump says a ceasefire is in effect between Israel and Iran. The president now in the Netherlands for a NATO summit. CBS's Nancy Cordes reports on the possibility Iran could retaliate against the U.S. with terrorists or sleeper cells.
That because of the way that things have played out over the past 24, 48 hours, it does appear that Homeland Security officials are a little bit less concerned now that there will be some kind of sleeper cell here in the United States that is activated, especially after that Iranian response that appeared aimed at ratcheting down the tension with the U.S. and not building it up.
Atlanta police release a video today of the 2 remaining suspects accused of cutting up pride flags near the Rainbow Crosswalk in Midtown. 4 suspects, all teenagers, are now in custody. They could face hate crime charges. We posted video of the remaining suspects at WSBRadio.com. Fires at 2 car dealerships in Marietta, maybe arson.
2 vehicles were set on fire at the ALM dealership along Cobb Parkway around midnight. Shortly thereafter, another fire burned 3 vehicles at the Unlimited Auto Group a half-mile away. Assistant Fire Chief Jason Garner says cameras caught a person walking up to the vehicles before fire broke out.
And the cause of both fires has now been determined to be arson. And investigators from the Marietta Fire Marshal's office are actively working on both cases.
No one was injured in the fires. Marietta police are asking for tips. You can call the arson hotline to share information. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 3:32, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Finally, some better news for those heading toward the home of the Braves, Truist Park. The crash investigation is cleared. All lanes are now open on the 285 east or northbound inner loop ramp to I-75 there. I-75 northbound there in Cobb County. Still seeing the brake lights back towards South Cobb Drive. Those might hang with us through the afternoon, as well as the 285 westbound ride that slows out of Dunwoody from Ashford Dunwoody Road over there to I-75 in Cobb. Just picked up a new crash in Clarkston, 285 and northbound, the outer loop past Memorial Drive, exit 41. That is in a right lane. And then 285 southbound, the inner loop in Tucker. You got a stall in the center lane just past I-85, exit 33, the Spaghetti Junction interchange. Packed up through downtown. 400 south slows at Lenox. 85 from North Druid Hills. All that trying to merge into downtown where you stay on the brakes. 75, 85 south down to I-20. Northbound delays on the connector from Highway 166 Langford Parkway getting up past Peachtree Pine Street. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today, high 98. The heat index closer to 100 to 105. Lows tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 97. A few pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon.
93 in Villa Rica, 95 in Covington, 97 in Sugar Hill. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Of course you are. Well, I have a great deal on the Tundra for you, and the only place you're going to find it, the only place you're going to hear about it is right here. Go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on your new Toyota Tundra. It's that easy. beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Here at Massey, we've seen the damage termites can cause. That's why we've protected homes from termite damage for almost 100 years. Our termite protection program doesn't just protect your home from termites, it gives you peace of mind. That's why our termite protection guarantee covers your home and all the things in it. When we protect against termites, we protect families. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Ever wish selling your house came with a bonus round? With Orchard, you get cash up front to buy your next place, then more when your old one sells. Check it out with a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
All right, I think it's about... I've had enough of talking about war. Congratulations, world. Now it's time for peace. And it's also time for today's Ish. Jared Yamamoto.
From my favorite radio station, 95.5 WSB, a heat advisory is in effect today and tomorrow as temperatures climb into the upper 90s. So today,
Are we the only one who has that story? Wow.
Oh, yeah, we're the only one.
Is that a WSB exclusive?
This was an exclusive from Christina Edwards.
98 degrees today. It's getting so hot.
Everybody, it's going to be extremely hot tomorrow. Make sure you're indoors with air conditioning or have plenty of water or a fan. I'm Christina Edwards.
Very nice. Good to know.
97 tomorrow. I know that while I was out there earlier today, even I felt it. So
yeah.
and usually for me, again, like if I, like 95 degrees is usually fine for me.
Remember, don't take a cold shower. We learned that yesterday. It's bad for you, and I'm not even being ironic.
I like to go in with it like a little cool.
No, you have
and
to
then
go.
I heat it back up, and then I end with it cool.
The cool part isn't good for you. I know you think it's cool, but it's not cool because it closes up your capillaries, you see.
You're supposed to end a warm shower with cool, I thought. That was like good for your heart.
Well, that might be good when you're not trying to cool down. That's when all things are equal.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's when all things are equal. But when you're trying to cool down, you have to just respect your body. Autumn.
Okay.
That's what you need to do. Respect your body.
What if I meditate first and I mantra myself about like respecting my body?
Mm-hmm.
My pores are open.
Yes. Keep your pores open. Talk to your pores. Make sure that they're open so that your body can sweat and regulate its temperature and all of those things.
My body can function on its own. It's doing its job.
It is. I think that. So I just so people now obviously. Now, if you go and you take a cold shower and then you sit in your air-conditioned apartment, I think you're fine. The problem is if you go and take a cold shower and then you go back outside, and then you've closed up your body in such a way that the natural regulation won't happen.
So what happens is you just end up using different sweat pores.
Right.
If whichever ones weren't used before, you'll start sweating in other places. Like for me, like if I do that, if I've been hot before, go take a shower, cool off, and then go back outside. Strangely, it'll be my legs that will sweat the next time. Because usually my legs don't sweat.
At some point, your junk is going to stink. That's all I know about summer.
It's true.
I was outside today, and I thought I never knew I could sweat this much.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Did
that
it feel great?
that
It felt great.
My knees, the front of my knees were wet. Like,
yeah. You have naturally kind of odd sweat places. As I
do.
recall,
I don't sweat on my head.
You sweat
I
from your back.
Yep.
I didn't even
sweat
know
on my
that.
back. I get drips down the back.
Yeah, but I mean, does it start from your head? The drips down your back usually start from your head and roll down there, but yours apparently originate in your back.
They're all,
which is odd.
Yes, they're all congregated in very strange places.
Yes. And that's why we love you, Autumn, because you bring your own special kind of style of sweat
I should
to
get some
this
sort
show.
of like disability accommodation.
Listen, you can use the handicap parking, and you can when Christmas season comes, feel free to park right there in front of the store. And if anybody asks you what your handicap is, just say back sweats. And,
hey, none of your business.
No.
Touch my
you tell them.
back?
No, because
back off.
You want to get the sympathy from them. So,
I do.
Oh, she has back sweats. Okay. For
Autumn
heaven's sake.
Sweats Fisher. Here she comes.
Ew.
It's the very
She's
sweaty.
on the radio. Autumn Sweats Fisher.
I do sweat on like the back of my neck, but I don't do that like forehead dripping. I get shiny, but I don't like. I sweat in weird.
You're very
dumb
shiny.
places.
I've noticed that about you. You're a very shiny
oily.
person. I was watching.
That's why I look young, is because I'm oily.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When I.
What did that mean?
No, I'm just moving on to the next point. That's all. I was going to say, in terms of shiny, I was watching one of these YouTube things where somebody was pretending they knew exactly what was going on over in Iran. And the guy that was interviewing, I've heard the name before, so like he has a following. But in the middle of the interview, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. In the middle of the interview, his face just starts sweating. It was so difficult to watch. It's like it was
indoors or was he outside?
Indoors. He was indoors. It was like doing his YouTube remote Zoom type of interview type of thing. And
Maybe he turned off his air for the interview.
He got really shiny. That's at first. That's what I thought when you said shiny. At first, like, wow, his face is really shiny.
He was lying. Maybe some people, when they lie, they get sweaty and they get shiny.
His nose didn't get larger.
Nixon during the debate.
Nixon was not
He had the
lying
flu
during the. He had the flu.
I know.
But
But
he was
saw
locked
it and
in.
thought, like, this guy's a liar.
Oh my goodness! You know the whole story about that is that if you listened to the debate on the radio, everybody thought Nixon won. If you watched on TV, He also showed up with 5 o'clock shadow, which is not. That's something maybe I would expect Tim Andrews to do if he was in a debate.
That was the first presidential debate on TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't know. You know, he
I'm
didn't
very
know the protocol.
handsome, and you should vote for me. And if you don't, then Chicago will take care of it.
I just threw up in my shoe.
But he kept debating, and that's the point. Well, it's hard to jump in and defend Dick Nixon given the history. Things didn't really work out for that guy. He should have stuck to his guns when he said that you're not going to have Dick Nixon to kick around anymore. That was when he lost the governor's race.
Watergate was an op to get rid of him.
Is that what it is? Is it the intelligence agency? Look who's come in.
Tim says, "Yep."
Look who's come in with 60-year-old conspiracy theories to lay on everybody. Tim Andrews.
The sunglasses. You have an eye
It's
thing?
summer.
He's got a sty.
It's summer.
Another sty?
I don't
His
have
wife
a
is
sty.
home, and that's why she hasn't been home. Is because she's been beating him.
Yeah,
Black Eyed
that's right.
I've been home alone.
I love my wife. Did I say that loud enough? I love her, and I would never. I would just please let me sleep in peace.
Let me finish the job with that second eye.
I'm feeling summery. In summary, I'm feeling summery.
Yeah.
Is that a problem with you? Does that make me a D-bag just because I'm wearing sunglasses and maybe it
Embrace
does.
summer. Hell, I love it.
I'm not
Rock the
embracing
sunglasses.
your summer.
No,
I'm
no,
embracing
no,
my
come on.
summer.
Yam summer. Come on, embrace it.
Bro country, bad beer, and boats.
Pontoon boat. Hell yeah, belt line. Let's go.
I got a Kill Me shirt on. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're wearing a T-shirt too, man. Did I walk into the wrong building?
Yeah. I went all summer-y. I like this T-shirt because I was back in my hometown of Rochester, New York.
That's a
and I was at
guitar
the
place.
House of Guitars.
Nice.
Don't say guitar place. How dare you?
Well, I forgot the name of it.
The Great House of Guitars, where there's more guitars than you can shake a guitar at.
Yeah.
This is
We wouldn't want to shake them; they'd throw
This is
you
a
out.
great T-shirt from my hometown of Rochester,
Why does
New
it say
York.
"kill me"? Because you hate being there?
The guy who runs the place, Armin. This was a kind of a thing that he had for a long time.
Oh.
Kill me, ain't never been dead yet. Oh, it's got a little.
That's kind of cool.
Well, I don't know if the response is "aw." I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't know that it's
so cute.
I don't know that it's cute, but it's really, really cool. And I could tell you more about that, but I was thinking, like, it seems to me that whenever I try to relate my own personal experiences, it just goes terrible on the air. I've noticed this lately.
What's your latest example?
Well, this, for example, this
isn't going terribly.
No, I just mean if I went further to tell you what's so cool, and I really, really enjoyed my visit there, and I talked to the guy who put this place together. He's like 83 years old right now, and still walking around the showroom of the store that he opened up in 1972,
he's
talking
still
to
working.
customers because, no, he's got money. Believe me, he's got money.
No, but I'm saying he's still working, so
He's-
that means you don't die.
Well, he's still working. That's one thing. But also, it's such a difference for how commerce is done in this country now. It's all so transactional. His place is come here, stay all day, hang out, do it. You know, I think there's 4 million records in there. I think there's thousands of guitars in there. There's stuff from the 1700s, musical instruments in there. There's the latest stuff in
He's
there.
got a Stradivarius.
He's got it all. I don't know if he has Stradivarius, but I think it'd be known. Okay, well, maybe he does.
Why would he have that? It's not the violin place.
Well, they have all kinds of musical
House of
instruments.
violins.
It's not just the house of music. It's the house of
Can't we
guitars,
just-
but musical
just say
instruments.
Yes.
No, I have to push back.
It does seem
Come
like
on,
I'm with
Tim.
Tim. I think it's a violation. If it's the house of guitar, it should
No,
not
it's
have.
violins.
It's violin
No, it's not
violation.
it's a violin violation. So anyway,
Do they have any lutes?
they do. Listen,
They do.
I will tell you this. They do. They do.
They got a lot of lutes.
I will tell you.
Best loot place.
I will tell you this about this guy that I'm sad that you guys don't really know who he is, but this guy, Armin Sharbach, I'll just tell you this. When Andy Warhol died, he had a series of time capsules that over a few years would be open. I think they've all been open by now. But one of them that they opened had this guy, Armin Sharbach's demo tape from like 1965 in it. So he's it's a really, really cool story, and that's as far as I'll go because I've assessed myself, and whenever I try to relate personal things to the audience, it really doesn't go well. Like, hey, I'm listening to this record. It's like, shut up, Eric. Just make some stupid joke about something stupid and keep on
you're
moving.
really
Nobody
getting
cares
getting
what
your
you
head
really
there.
think.
You're getting in your head.
Nobody cares. This
People love
audience,
the Beatles.
this audience just wants to use me and toss me to the side.
You're right. We're slack-jawed rubes, and we
That's
only
right.
want to hear what we want to hear.
That's right.
That's the
You don't
important
care.
thing right
That's
there, Eric.
That's right. Say it through comedy. That's what I write right in front of me.
Knock, knock.
But it was...
You're a jackass.
I do, but it was, just seeing him just walking around talking to customers, and I just thought that's what capitalism is. Whenever I go off on Blackstone and BlackRock and what we've become, and what are you, some kind of socialist? No, I'm a capitalist. I'm such a capitalist, I can recognize that what we're living through right now is not capitalism.
You can stretch right up and touch the sky when the weather's fine. You got women on your mind.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays, beginning this Thursday.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
Hi, I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. They've built their reputation on quality craftsmanship and honest pricing, and I've seen firsthand how they put customers first. That's why I proudly certify them for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with ABC's 3-way warranty, which includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. Enhance your home's curb appeal with limited time spring pricing on siding and doors. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
That's you, looking at your garage door. And you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
We are here with CFP and investment advisor Aaron Vincent of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Aaron, you mentioned that taxes are on sale. What exactly does that mean? And is it something we need to take advantage of right now?
Yeah, Mark, it may not feel like it right now, especially this time of year, but when you look at history, we are actually in historically low income tax rates time. If you look back, tax rates have been significantly higher. And when you look at the national debt, which most reference at around $36 trillion, but when you consider the fact that with all the unfunded liabilities like Social Security and Medicare or Medicaid, it's actually north of $100 trillion. When we look at factors like that, there's a pretty good chance that tax rates actually go significantly higher again. So yeah, you can make an argument that right now taxes are on sale.
So Aaron, what can we do right now to take advantage of these low tax rates?
If you don't have an income plan in your retirement conversations, then you actually don't have a tax plan. And that's important because if you don't have a plan for your money, guess who does? Uncle Sam's got one, and by default, you'll fall into that one. So we want to offer you a no-cost, no-obligation tax map. It's a deep dive into your retirement plan and specifically your tax strategy. From there, we'll make suggestions based on what's working or what opportunities could better fit your situation. The goal is for you to keep more of your hard-earned money while giving less to Uncle Sam. Call us at 770-280-1488. Again, that's 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we're available all across Metro Atlanta to meet you at a time and place that fits your schedule.
Taxes are not a seasonal conversation, and they're not going away once you retire. Take advantage of the complimentary tax map by calling the Vincent Financial Group today. 770-280-1488. That's 770-280-1488. 1488. And join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
All right, well, breaking news is that the House has voted not to impeach the president.
Wow, I was really worried.
Al Green was coming for you again there.
Well, let's keep together.
Yeah.
Is that the song?
I want to impeach you.
Yeah.
Even Pelosi voted against it.
Well,
she said,
you know,
Listen, it's
she's
just
happy.
garbage.
Hey,
Got other things to vote on.
You're a neocon.
She's a Trumper now.
I get that week of grace for blowing people up.
That's right. Yeah, everybody
They love
loves
it
the
when you
president.
bomb the people.
Everybody loves a president for a week after he blows people
But
up.
do we miss the impeachment? I miss it. I mean, Nancy misses it, don't you? You loved it. You were grandstanding.
That's
you
right.
were the leader.
I mean, listen, when I'm not making a ton of money in
Right.
strange ways on the stock market,
Yeah.
I love impeaching you because you're annoying.
Well, here's the thing. There's another article in the last couple of days. Pelosi's stock success is beating every private equity group
Isn't that
in
lucky?
the world.
Maybe we should put her in the Fed.
I've always been very lucky.
Yeah, just very lucky. You just picked the right ones,
You
right?
know, I've had a knack my whole
Yeah.
life, and it's just paying off. You know.
That's right.
get rid of Powell and put Pelosi in the Fed.
Yeah, that's
I'm for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Hey, is everything okay? The war? I mean, did the...
Oh, everybody's lying.
Okay.
Everybody's saying they won.
I was busy.
Yeah, I know you were busy. You're at Tim Andrews' doctor's
Yeah,
appointment.
you recommend him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
All right, Jared, we want more ish.
All right, this is important news here. It appears that Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry are splitting up.
Good for him.
But Orlando Bloom is still planning to go to the Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez wedding this weekend. He's going to
Without her.
Without her, because she's on her world tour.
Yeah. I really don't care about this, but there's something interesting here. I read some little thing somewhere where he started to criticize her about the Bezos space thing, and she wasn't having it because I guess even within her own home, she's like trying to go with the propaganda that it was some sort of step forward for women everywhere in the world. And Orlando Bloom's like, well, before I marry you, I got to let you know that that was BS. And then she did. Are they married or are they about to go?
I'm pretty sure they're married.
Are they married?
married.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure
I thought
they're
they were still not married, about to get married.
They've been together for like 9 years.
Have you seen them on the paddleboard?
No, I have not seen them on the paddleboard. No.
I've seen them on the
Orlando
paddle.
Bloom's naked, and you can just, it's kind of fun to see.
How's it looking? How's he hanging?
It's all right.
Yeah?
There was not there was it's like a sock,
Oh.
They're engaged, not married.
I remember.
No,
That's what I
they're
thought.
married.
That's what I thought. It's Eric Von Hessler who is the
Dang.
connection to the stars around here. I'm the one who knows entertainment news better than anyone else, for
My
heaven's
bad.
sakes. I have not seen Orlando Bloom on the waterboard. Not the waterboard. The paddleboard.
And now I'm listening.
He was
Tell
only
me about it.
he was only in Gitmo for a brief period of time.
He's back.
I want to hear it.
It was just for a visit. I have not seen Orlando Bloom on the paddleboard, but I did read the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and all of the amendments today before I came to work. So thank you very
that's
much. Huh?
A waste of time.
Well, I'll tell you, what I don't understand is, and maybe I was just rolling through it too quickly. You know how you have the amendment that said that women could vote?
Yeah.
Reading the All right.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
Recovering shock jock there,
Yes,
Tim Andrews.
yes. I had my treatment today.
So I got to say, while reading the actual Constitution, I missed the part that said women couldn't vote. Was it just a...
It was implied that it was men.
It says males.
Does it?
I believe
don't.
so.
I mean, I just read through the whole thing, and maybe I just kind of didn't notice. But when I got to the amendment that said that women can vote, I was like, well, where was it in the Constitution that said they couldn't? But maybe I saw the ages you had to be and all of that. But they don't really talk about, oh, I know what it is. They had to make it national because they say in the Constitution that actual voting is up to the states.
I'm just reading that now.
They decide.
Yeah.
And so all of the states would continually decide that women couldn't vote, and so it took a changing of the Constitution to get them to vote. I just worked that out in my own head in real time.
You're being fact checked, by the way. So we'll see.
Am I being cares? Fact checked by the Constitution of the United States. And I have not read the Constitution in a long time, but there's one part in there that's politically incorrect. Does anybody remember what it is?
No, which part?
There's one part saying that I can't remember exactly what it's all about, but and then it says, except for the Indian savages.
Ooh.
That's wild to put that in a document that's for all people, supposedly, and it's actually in there. So, and it's like, who only fight one way, and we know they don't care about the lives of. And it's funny because this is in the this is, I think, in the this might be in the Declaration. It's in one or the other. I read them together, so they're conflating. It might be in the Declaration. It's interesting that in a document that's all about how it's wrong for England to oppress us, then they turn around and refer to others as savages. And they, you kind of showed up on their shores at one time. But, irony
It's a different time, Eric.
Exactly.
But a different time where what I'm learning is irony has always been there through all times.
Those wire shelves in your closet are just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Dave Baker for Artisan Custom Closets. At Artisan, we see it all the time. The wire shelves come crashing down. Clothes, shoes, bags are everywhere. It's a disaster zone. Save yourself before this happens to you. With a custom, spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to look at that clutter again. Your shoes, bags, clothes, accessories, all neatly organized and designed to stay that way. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash, and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with the industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at beavertoyotacumming.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, a hate crime charge is a possibility. Atlanta police now trying to track down the final 2 teen suspects accused of taking a knife to rainbow flags in Midtown.
Just after 1:30 Tuesday morning, Atlanta police quickly responding to a disturbance call here at the Rainbow Crosswalks at Piedmont and 10th and finding
6 males in the area that were riding around on scooters
and they were in the middle of the intersection defacing gay pride flags.
Sergeant Brandon Hayes says they sprinted away on scooters, but officers caught 18-year-olds Ahmed McCoury and Logan Matheson, 17-year-old Jamie McCarroll, and a 16-year-old whose dad is also charged with failing to supervise his son. Hayes says the teen vandals planned their trip here from Cartersville and Dallas. In Midtown Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
And we have posted video of the 2 remaining suspects police are looking for at WSBRadio.com. It is 94 degrees in Atlanta. When does the heat wave finally break?
The hottest temperatures will occur today and Wednesday with highs in the upper 90s, but the heat wave will break as we head into the weekend. That's courtesy of the daily pop-up rain chances. With increasing rain clouds, that means the temperatures come down into the low 90s by Friday and Saturday.
A heat advisory is in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Some people have to work outside in this brutal heat.
With the heat index flirting with 100 to 105, it can be dangerous to work outside. Manuel is a construction worker on a job site in Fulton County. I ask if he's taking extra breaks in this heat.
No, ma'am, no breaks. All gas, no breaks. We get here, and as soon as we get here, we on the clock. Besides the lunch break, but besides that, we're going at it.
Trying to get the job done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, doctors do urge caution. Feeling woozy or excessive sweating are both signs of heat-related illness and should be treated seriously. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
On days like today, when there's a heat advisory, the Georgia Public Service Commission says Georgia Power cannot disconnect service to a residential customer for a non-payment.
You're in the middle of a heat wave. We try to make sure that the health of the Georgians is taken first and foremost.
The PSC's Tom Krause says the rule is a temporary restriction. When the heat advisory is lifted, the disconnection can be reinstated. All new at 4 o'clock, the Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield is getting bigger.
The Trust for Public Land closed on the 21.5 acres after 3 years, and State Director George Dusenberry says in the past 20 years they've added more than 80 acres to the park.
Anything we can do to build on that success and expand that success, we're going to do it.
Park Superintendent Patrick Gammon tells me this 21 acres includes a pond that's been critical in helping fight fires in the park in the past, and that's what it will be used for now.
This is a great thing to protect us in the future.
He says they don't plan to add trails or allow public access to the pond. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The precarious ceasefire between Israel and Iran is holding for now. CBS News foreign correspondent Holly Williams reports on what is next.
Diplomatic wheels are turning. Iran could agree to give up its nuclear program or curtail it. That's clearly what President Trump would like. On the other hand, Iran might look at the last few days of conflict and think we are now more motivated to produce nuclear weapons, or, it could do both. Superficially, it could take part in diplomacy, and secretly, it could try to rebuild its nuclear program.
President Trump is now in the Netherlands for a NATO summit. Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter is nominating President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. The president's nomination comes after his role in brokering this week's ceasefire agreement between Iran and Israel. Workers with a major waste disposal company may walk off the job after a practice strike incoming today.
Teamster spokesman Colin McCullough says all they want from Republic Services is a new contract with substantial raises, improved benefits, and stronger work rules. He says they will carry out a real strike if Republic does not answer their demands.
None of our members want to go out on strike, and we're hoping that Republic responds to our demands.
McCullough says it's only fair.
We are not asking for anything unrealistic.
There may be more practice strikes across the country as they hope to work out a new and better contract. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
It's a busy afternoon out there, Bill. We got a crash right now working into Cobb County, 285 and northbound, the outer loop in Clarkston. Just past Memorial Drive, exit 41. It's in the right lane of 285 north and the end of the on-ramp from Memorial Drive to 285 north, so heads up for that. Elsewhere, got a crash in the right lane into Cobb County, 85 and northbound as you head up between Brookhaven and Chamblee. It's in the right lane at Shallowford Road, exit number 93. And the brake lights are in full force through downtown. 400 southbound jams in at Lennox Road. The connector southbound stays on the brake pedal all the way down to I-20 with northbound delay starting at Highway 166 Langford Parkway. Braking free once you pass the Varsity approaching 10th Street there in the Midtown region. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today. Potentially the hottest day so far this year. High 98. The heat index values closer to 100 to 105. Lows tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, another hot afternoon. High 97. Watching for scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon through the evening hours.
Right now it's 92 in Sandy Springs, 94 in Waleska, 93 in Peachtree City. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Yes, they did. They turned their planes around because, by the way, what I was just talking about, that politically incorrect Indian moment, is in the Declaration of Independence, and it's the 27th, it's within the 27th grievance that is listed. Most people don't get that far with the Declaration, the grievances. And also, you know, I thought it was strange. Some things never change. One of the grievances, egg prices, too high.
Always.
Well, I've lowered them. I did a good job.
Very, very good. Yeah.
We never hear about William Wimple. Apparently, he signed the Declaration.
Well,
William
to his
Wimple.
Bill to his friends.
Billy Wimps.
The wimp to his other to his enemies. Bill to his friends. The wimp to his enemies. So you saw that audio. Let's play that audio again, where Trump gets frustrated because both Israel and Iran, in their own ways, kind of broke the ceasefire. And Israel was on their way to bomb the bejesus out of Tehran. And basically, Trump was got on Truth Social and said, turn him around, blah, blah, blah. And if you follow his narrative, then they did that. Now, I don't know what the truth is. Well, what were you raising your hand for,
I think
George?
they dropped one to just say, hey, Iran.
Right. We're here.
Pissed.
But that wasn't their plan.
Right.
Their plan was to have some devastation go on. And Trump basically on Truth Social said, turn it around, blah, blah, blah. And then,
yes, sir, whatever you say, Mr. President.
And then after that, he was, walking to the helicopter. He's going back to a NATO thing. I thought the NATO thing was like last week or something. What's going on with
G7 last week?
Oh, same thing, I guess. I don't know. Pretty much the same people, right? In the G7, maybe a few
It's
more.
an excuse to hang out with your buddies.
Yes, and Trump has a lot of buddies amongst NATO and G7.
Great friends.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Macron.
That's right.
And his lovely wife. So beautiful.
So go ahead and hit this.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Now, here's the thing. Okay, we've already talked about that and his frustration, and now the fact that Israel is now they've got Trump, but Trump's mercurial, and he's not going to go along with 2 and 3 year plans. So we'll see how that goes. But I want to get to the point that I know that we bleeped that, and for everybody's livelihood, it's a good thing that we did, I guess. But I do want to say this: I believe that what I know about the airwaves, the public airwaves, the FCC, and everything, I believe that we did not have to bleep it because he's the president of the United States. We're a news station, and we cannot be fined for playing comments to the press from the president of the United States. In other words, it's not upon us to clean up the president of the United States. The media is here to be a conduit to those in power. And who's going to argue that not letting the people know exactly what their leaders said at any given time isn't the responsibility of media that covers the leaders? So I'm not going to push it myself. I'm 61 years old.
AI says there's no legal requirement.
Yeah, if I was 35, I'd push it. There's no legal requirement, but then what'll happen is you'll get some, advertiser who, well, I heard that and I didn't like it. I'm taking my 17 billion chickens and I'm leaving WSB.
People are not showing their results in the office anymore.
Yeah,
because of what that was said by that president.
That's right. So I've been backed up by the. If you're just reporting, it was like the that we all still say that Trump said S-hole nations. That's not what he said. In reality, I could say what he said because he said it and I'm reporting it. But we're also cowed by the cancel people on the left and on the right and in the center. Oh, there's no center, but you know what I mean. On the extremes.
There's
and on
one guy there.
Is there one guy in the center?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jim Center.
Yeah. Yeah. What did they used to say about moderates? That was the whole thing. This nation wasn't built by moderates. Well, there were some in there.
Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't have been built.
Exactly. There were quite a few moderates who
We'll
kind
let
of
them
figured out
own
a way
people
to
down there.
stitch it. Well, that was not what happened.
It was
that is,
partially,
well,
right?
No, but that's I'm not going to get myself canceled by telling truths. Right?
I thought the North wanted a band. I didn't know.
Well, they knew they couldn't get the Constitution without
That's what
it.
I
So
mean,
they wrote a document that was living and breathing in such a way that it became obvious once it was adopted that slavery would fall.
Yes.
But the idea, I'm not even going to get into it because people are too stupid. That's all there is to it. People have no objectivity. They don't know how to listen to language, and I'm not going to put myself through it. But the 3/4 thing is not as it's been reported. It was a way to limit the power of slave owners, and that's all that I will say. You can look into it yourself, and I'm sure somebody is already calling WSB to have me canceled. And what I will say to you, much like the great Citizen Kane said about a petition to remove him, get it together and I'll be the first to sign. Thank you very much. All right, you got some more ish?
Sure do.
I mean, I know I'm wearing sunglasses indoors, and that makes me a genuine D-bag, but that doesn't get you off the hook. I need more ish.
All right, from SteelersWire.com, Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers says 2025 will be his last season.
Well, thank goodness, because we're going to need him in the White House. The
Yes, that broke
RFK,
just before the show.
Don't think that the RFK Jr. Aaron Rodgers ticket is dead forever. It could still.
We're going to dominate that election.
Yes, see? It could still happen. Well, I don't know. I hope
Well,
that
now,
he
now
has
he's
a
going
good
to get
season.
he's going to get the farewell tour now. So wherever he ends, road games that he's going to go to, they're going to give him some kind of gift.
As long as he realizes that his job is to upset the opposing team, not his own team. His job,
Good luck
his
with that
job is to ruin the day of opposing fans, not his fans.
Not Steelers.
So that's I think the Steelers are all around a better run football team than the Jets.
100%.
Well, I don't. They haven't done much in the last decade. They've kind of stumbled.
Their
Their
history.
history. They got a better history. They got some good stuff around him. He should do all right if he stays healthy. Even if he just wants to kind of erase, I think, the last 2 years of the Jets. One wasn't his fault. He got hurt early. And the last year was ridiculous, but he actually was in the last 3 or 4 games playing pretty well. So all he's got to do is win a playoff game. Man, if you at this point in Pittsburgh, if you win a playoff game, you'll be a hero. He'll turn himself around as far as the end of his career.
Steelers are playing both the Jets and the Packers this season.
I know,
so
yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be does he really have a revenge thing against the Jets? It didn't work out. What did they He's
Yeah,
mad.
that's true.
He's mad because they didn't sit down and talk to him, and he's really something else. I like Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I appreciate, unlike a lot of people in this country, I appreciate kind of rogue individuals, people who march by their own drum. I don't know why. I think in America that used to be celebrated a lot more than this idea of the new America where everybody fall in line and show what a good citizen you are. So I appreciate that. All that being said, he still can be annoying as hell.
Well, maybe that mystery wife will rein him in.
Oh, yeah, the mystery's married to somebody. Nobody's ever seen that person. That's kind of cool, too.
It is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool that nobody knows. Who knows? It could be
married
like
to Rogan.
He could be married to Joe Rogan.
That's what Jared keeps saying.
Although Rogan,
I love him so much.
Rogan is married with children. But,
It's a shadow wife.
Polygamy is legal in Texas.
is that true?
Jamie, look that up.
Boy, everybody wanted to move to Austin because it was so fantastic.
Yeah,
and,
they're all hating it
Now
now.
they're trying to make weed illegal forever. And was Texas one of those quasi-legal places, or are they just coming
They
down
had
now?
that weird Delta thing, and
Yeah.
then they had certain things that were legalized, and they just said, nope, no more, just CBD now.
Yeah, so it's the anti-Joe Rogan bill. But it's kind of interesting. I haven't really been looking into it, but there's a rift in Texas concerning the Republicans because the governor of Texas, Abbott, is a pretty conservative dude, but I think he vetoed this when it came to his desk, the whole thing of all that. And then the attorney general, I think Ken Paxton, is considered more more extreme. And he's against it. What do you? I thought you were going to give me some information about that. Oh, it was Jimmy Stewart there for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Oh, Trevor.
Oh, yeah. I would do Jimmy Stewart if I could do impressions, but I can't do impressions. So I'll just say Alex Williams says there's trouble on 75, slowing between Marietta and Kennesaw.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric. That is correct. Got eyes on this trouble. It's in two center lanes. Going to have to sound a travel advisory for it. Not sure what it is, but I see the Georgia State Patrol vehicle in those two center lanes, 75 northbound, just north of I-575. You're already stacked up back through Marietta toward a South Marietta Parkway. Use the express lanes with the Peach Pass or Highway 41 Cobb Parkway. 400 northbound getting slower in Sandy Springs as you leave I-285 for the ride up past the North Springs MARTA station. The toughest part of 85 northbound is inside the perimeter between Brookhaven and Chamblee. Crash working to clear out of the right lane, 85 northbound before Shallowford Road, exit number 93. Traffic brought to you by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Kroger Pharmacy welcomes Express Scripts, Medicare D, and a TRICARE Department of Defense plan members. You can transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Don't be late because you crowdsourced your commute with a navigation app.
This might become a travel advisory. Yeah, they're in two left lanes.
Depend on us.
See some delays if they shut that ramp down.
Make sure you get where you need to be on time.
Jam starting at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street.
Local and dependable traffic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We had a lot going on this morning through Henry County.
WSB Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
Remember that first paycheck when you started working all those years ago? You looked at the net amount and thought, whoa, what happened here? Ah, the joy of taxes. It could be this way with your retirement accounts. You know how much you've saved, but if you haven't planned for Uncle Sam, you could come up short in retirement. With tax laws constantly changing, there's a lot you need to know to make sure you're not paying more than your fair share. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the Lloyd Advisory Group can help you create a plan that shows you how taxes could affect you now and in the future. Set up your tax strategy session with Mark and the team at the Lloyd Advisory Group now. Call 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Make sure you know how these changes could affect you so you can avoid some of those whoa moments in retirement. Call 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services offered through Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Dave Baker here with a custom spacious closet from Artisan. You'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Not everything in life comes with a guarantee, but for premium local farm fresh sod that comes with a 1-year guarantee, family owned and operated NG Turf is the only grower to consider. NG Turf sells direct to homeowners. Get your sod from a certified turf professional at ngturf.com.
Wrong with that is that it's not coming to the ATL. It's here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Although isn't it better here than it is up north, I think, in the east? I think the Midwest to the northeast is really, really.
Through some of our news sources, I was getting fed, and maybe I'll grab some during the break, a lot of audio from Bostonians that were not happy about
It's hot here, wicked hot here.
Wicked hot.
God, it's so
It's
hot.
98 here.
98 where you are. It's 98 where we are. I think it's going to be 102 in New York City, something like that. And I'm telling you, and I as soon as it gets into the hole, you see, we told you, it's like, then you start looking through history. George Clark, look for the hottest days in New York City in history. Because it's always like when they're trying to convince you that whatever's happening is happening. And I don't take a stand on that, by the way. All I say about climate change is it's quite obviously been politicized and people are gaming it. So I'd like to go back to the beginning and sort of reassess and see what's going on. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying that it is. But there's always like a moment where you go, boy, I haven't had a day like this since the 1930s.
Yeah,
Now, what the hell was going on in the 1930s? What? Yes?
Central Park hit 106 degrees on July 9th, 1936.
See, so I just want to throw that in there. Doesn't mean
The earth is warming. The earth is warming. Check with our meteorologist, super scientist, Jim Smith.
The newspaper spins into this.
So I'm
He
just
is on the move.
I'm not here. I am no climatologist, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to pretend that I am one.
I am happy you're leaning in, though, with the sunglasses, the short sleeve shirt. I like that you're leaning into the heat. It's good.
For one day. For one day. I'll be back to my buttoned up self tomorrow.
Okay.
I can only let myself go so much when it comes to showing my elbows to the world. I don't do that. I don't show my elbows nor my knees very often. So this is a very special.
You're not being very modest.
I am not. I am
Wait a
not.
minute. Your knees? Are you wearing jorts?
No. I'm just saying. I am showing. I'm not showing my knees today. I'm showing my elbows. I don't.
I
show
thought you were
my
pulling
knees.
a Clark Howard at first. I was like, are you
No,
rocking the shorts?
No. I respect my place of work. I don't walk in wearing cargo shorts.
Clark Howard got us the right to be able to wear shorts.
Yeah,
here at
that was a
WSB.
mistake. Because now
Thanks, Clark.
I think people should dress to go to work. I've said this before. I think people should. I like the old, dress for success. I think people should try to present a good kind of like image. But, I'm not the king of the world. I can't throw people in jail for wearing cargo shorts to work. I would. But I recognize the limits of my power as a mere talk show host in Atlanta, Georgia.
Try it. The worst that could happen is a court could tell you to stop.
Well, that's true.
And then you could just ignore them.
That's right. Like you would never wear. Like, what if you saw the president wearing a T-shirt and shorts in the Oval Office?
I think relatable.
Well,
Relatable.
Yeah. Too
Or if
relatable.
you hear him saying the F word to reporters.
Well, okay, but at least it's about war.
I guess.
And I think it's a message that many people want the countries to hear. So I don't know. That's it's probably wrong too. Although it is strange. I've always found like curse words to be strange. Like
you can imagine Biden cussing.
Oh yeah, we heard Biden cuss. I think.
Yeah, I guess a couple times he did.
Hey, that's a kind of American.
We just didn't know what he was saying. He actually was cursing. But I always think it's interesting that because of the FCC, I can't say the S word, but I can say steaming pile. But in your brain, you still see the same thing.
Well, even when you say S word, we know.
Even saying yes, exactly.
Yeah. Same
And
thing.
by the way, and why? I'm adding a new N word. Neocon.
Trump did that yesterday.
Did he?
On Truth Social, he called nukes the N-word.
Oh, okay. Well, now we got a third one.
Now there's three.
Yeah. Just those because to me, the even just saying neocon, it's such a slur.
Yeah.
It's such an attack on my ears. I don't want to let that through auditory vibrations. I don't want to let those electronic signals into my brain. I'd rather say the other N-word, the third N-word.
At what point
will be neocons?
N3.
At what point?
N3. Thank you.
At what point do we get rid of neo in front of it? Because we've heard of neocons for a while.
Yeah, but they are the new conservatives.
At what point? At what point are they not new anymore?
Oh, we can't get to that point because then we're really screwed. when the word conservative just means neoconservative. I remember when Clinton was rising and running, the extreme left didn't like him, and they called him a neoliberal because he believed that the government couldn't take you from cradle to grave.
Get to work, you lazy bastards.
That is correct. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 in Kennesaw.
And I found the reason Georgia State Patrol is in two center lanes. Looks like a bunch of gravel has spilled out of a truck. That's the reason for this closure of the two center lanes, 75 northbound, just north of the 575 split there in Kennesaw. That's why the travel advisory is in place with delays back toward Delk Road. Use the express lanes with the Peach Pass or Highway 41, Cobb Parkway. Elsewhere, crash still in the right lane on 85 north between Brookhaven and Chamblee before Shallowford Road, exit 93. On and off the brakes as you leave the split with Georgia 400. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get Reliable Protection Plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 five-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
Ghost Skeletor World Tour 2025. Ghost Theatrical Heavy Metal Arena Rock. Friday, July 11th, State Farm Arena. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Ghost.
It is heating up outdoors and summer fun is just getting started. And you know what? I bet it'll get warmer before it gets cooler. And you know the best part about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house. Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling, Plumbing and Electrical. Don't let AC problems ruin your summer. Let Coolray tune up your air conditioner now. Ooh, are you thinking about a new, more efficient HVAC system? Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. And don't forget, Coolray is your one-stop shop when it comes to plumbing and electrical service too. Brightbox Electrical and Mr. Plumber are both Coolray companies, so they've got all your electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs covered. Ready to stay cool for the summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today. It's easy. No phone calls, no waiting on hold. Book the time and day that works best for you. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story, President Trump now in the Netherlands for the NATO summit as a tenuous ceasefire between Israel and Iran is holding for now. Russia's war in Ukraine will also be a major topic at that summit. President Trump's border czar says Iranian terror cells are a significant threat to Americans right now. CBS's Scott McFarland reports the FBI is directing field offices to focus their resources on terror threats.
Concern about threats from Iran sympathizers or sleeper cells or potential Iran-backed operatives in the United States is higher than ever, according to Homeland Security officials and one Homeland Security expert who spoke with CBS News, at least as high as it's been in the last 40, 50 years.
Border czar Tom Homan suggests the cells are involved in a lot of crime and stresses the importance of border security right now. It is 95 degrees in Atlanta. Dangerous heat. Heat advisory in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Some people have no choice but to work outside in this heat, including Manuel, who's on a job site in Alpharetta.
You know, you get moments where you get frustrated, lightheaded or whatever, but over time, doing it so much, you know, your body kind of get adjusted.
He says it takes some time to unwind at the end of the day after being in this heat all day long. A reward of up to $10,000 is offered as Marietta police try to find a person who set cars on fire at two separate locations overnight.
Vehicles for sale at the ALM car dealership on Cobb Parkway were set on fire, and as Marietta fire crews worked to put out those fires, they had to move half a mile away to put out vehicle fires at the Unlimited Auto Group. Assistant Fire Chief Jason Gardner says they're calling it arson in both cases after cameras showed a man walking away from the fires.
Investigators are scrubbing through video from the area, attempting to find something that's of good enough quality to make an identification.
Garner says anyone with tips can call Marietta Fire or the arson hotline. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta police release a video today of the two remaining suspects accused of cutting up pride flags near the Rainbow Crosswalk in Midtown. 4 suspects, all teenagers, are in custody. They could face hate crime charges. Sergeant Brandon Hayes with Atlanta Police says they were on the scene within minutes.
That just goes to show that we take this community very seriously. We take all of Atlanta seriously, but definitely in this area, we want to make sure that the residents feel safe.
And we posted video of the suspects police are now looking for at WSBRadio.com. Wellstar releases new details on a newly proposed hospital for the Ackworth area. The health system says the $1 billion facility would be 8 stories and 675,000 square feet, bringing more than 1,500 jobs to the region. It would include 70 emergency department bays and 8 operating rooms. Wellstar says it would help relieve pressure on Wellstar Kennestone Hospital in Marietta. The hospital still must undergo an approval process. Driverless Uber rides come to Atlanta.
After a successful test run in Austin, Texas, Uber today announcing it's now offering driverless rides in Atlanta, teaming up with Google-owned Waymo. Dozens of Waymo's robo-taxis will service 65 square miles of the city from downtown to Buckhead and to Capitol View, with plans to expand in the future. Riders can indicate their preference for a driverless ride or opt to switch to a human-operated car. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
Despite getting bashed by President Trump for not lowering interest rates, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says they'll likely hold the line for now.
A significant majority of the committee, but also there's a pretty significant minority that doesn't agree, but a significant majority feels it will be appropriate to reduce rates later this year.
He tells a House hearing today tariffs present a questionable factor for long-range inflation worries. Now, WSB Money Update, and investors celebrate the ceasefire news out of the Middle East. Airline stocks, including Atlanta-based Delta, lead the rally on Wall Street. The Dow gains more than 500 points today. The NASDAQ up close to 1.5%, and the S&P rises more than 1%. It is now 4:34, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Need your attention if you're taking I-75 northbound toward Marietta and Kennesaw. Travel advisory in place. Just the left lane open, 75 northbound before Barrett Parkway, exit 269. With debris cleanup in the 3 right lanes, that is stacked up the ride back at Delk Road. Use the express lanes with the Peach Pass or Highway 41 Cobb Parkway. Elsewhere, right lane crash still lingering between Brookhaven and Chamblee on 85 northbound, approaching Shallowford Road, exit 93. Once you get past that, you'll see the slow traffic out of Dorville from I-285 up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross. Then a few more brake lights on 85 northbound into Swanee, leaving Sugarloaf Parkway up toward I-985. Slowest part of 400 has got to be through Sandy Springs, leaving 285 up toward the North Springs MARTA station. A few more brake lights find you in Alpharetta from Haynesbridge Road, braking free just north of Windward Parkway, exit number 11. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Fair skies, hot and humid this evening. Overnight lows will stay in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 97. Watching for heavy rain and thunderstorms late in the afternoon through the evening hours. Some of these storms may produce damaging wind gusts through tomorrow evening.
95 right now in Marietta, 93 in Snellville, and 94 in Hampton. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
So your septic system needs repairs. That stinks. First, they want to charge you to pump out the tank and charge you again for the repair. That's just wrong. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and we don't do that. With us, there's never a pump out charge with your repair. You'll save hundreds.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. The Steel Horse Law name strikes fear in the heart of big insurance companies. We make them pay.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
On the way to work today, I was behind a driver that was so slow that I thought to myself, are you afraid of arriving at your destination? Like, sometimes people are going so slow. It's like, do you just not want to get to where you're headed toward?
Maybe they're going to work and they don't like their job.
I guess.
If I just, take some of the time in the car, it's not like I have to clock in or anything.
400 is now either people doing 1,000 miles an hour or 30. Can we find a happy medium where we could kind of roll through here?
Well, at least if you're going 30, go to the right lane, please. Please.
Yeah, now they're going to be in the middle lane.
Well, I don't know why.
Look, if you're going 30 on 400, you're not really aware of yourself, I don't think, to the point where you say, well, I should be in the left lane or the right lane or the middle lane. You're just somebody doing 30 miles per hour on a highway.
I have every right to be here, sir.
I didn't say that you didn't have a right. I would not pass a law that said you couldn't use the roadways, but you have the right to be there. I have the right to bitch about it.
Pardon me for being courteous and careful when I drive.
Well, it's not so much that. It's when you go that slowly, you actually are no longer careful. You're actually maybe causing accidents. You understand?
No.
I didn't think so. Well, you enjoy your day, sir.
And to you,
and whenever
sir.
you get to wherever you're going.
Slow and steady.
That's right. You'll get there.
Yes.
Where are you headed? Miami?
No, you want to know where I'm really going?
I'd like to know where you're going.
I'm going to visit my son up in the prison up in New York City, Sing Sing Prison.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, why am I with you on 400 South?
Up the river.
Well, because I have to go down to go up.
Okay. Like your son.
Yes.
You're going to pop by the Lion's Den down there in central Georgia. That's where you're going to go first, huh?
Oh, the Lion's Den.
I'm not going that far, but I'll stop at the Lion's Den just over the border in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the Lion's Den, that's like
chain.
it's a chain of sex shops.
Yes. Cleanest booths in the country.
Ah, they're ruining everything. Do they even have booths? I don't. They're like just. They're like. They're the kind of sex shop that is no fun, which is like, ladies, welcome.
Yeah.
And I saw truckers welcome. Yes.
Hey, ladies, come in and laugh and giggle. And no. This is supposed to be a place where men realize just how horrible they are. This is the place where men have to face.
Excuse me, you're out of paper towels in the booth there.
Yeah. The sex shop should not have two P's. And when it does, that means that that's right, ladies, come in and giggle, and it's not supposed to be a bright, light, shiny kind of place.
It should smell like disinfectant when you walk
That's
in.
exactly what it's. Yes, Autumn.
I would guess that they're inviting people to bring a woman with them.
No,
they
not a bunch of girls are going there. Like,
no, they are. No, they'll do it like a bachelorette party type of thing.
I truly doubt it.
Oh well, you're wrong about that because
you go there.
I was gonna say my next step is like because the last time I was there were nothing but bachelorette parties everywhere.
The last time I read about it.
It was more packed than Nashville.
It's become a thing. It's become a thing where groups of ladies go to sex shops and ruin it for perverts. This has always been the place for perverts, not people who are having fun.
Yeah, but they don't go to the booths like some of the guys do.
I like how direct some of the signage is.
Some of the guys.
When you go to an exit where you see the sex shops, I love when they have the direct signage like this one right here. This was in Central Georgia. It literally says, strippers. Need we say more?
Yeah.
Open 12 to noon daily.
I think you do need to say more. Are they males or females?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, that
would
would
old, young.
That's not a Lion's Den situation. That's a
Lion's
store.
Den is on that same exit.
Now, my favorite
exit. You're not the cream of the crop.
You don't think that?
No.
Hey, there could be some very good local homegrown talent who start on that stage.
I just want to be a veterinarian.
Yeah.
They start there, and then probably
pecan.
do the bigger cities? Do they have like scouts who go to the smaller? Is it like a?
There's a grizzled guy with a cigar.
I'll tell you what, lady, I can take you to the top.
She's got what it takes.
Let's say she's got a AA arm right there. Maybe
Too bad it's the same on her chest.
I can't. I saw on the way to Florida once. It's either like anti-abortion. It's like it was a period.
That's on the road to Orlando.
It's just like all like anti-abortion or like strippers, and then one of these places for a while was touting like their great sandwiches. Like I just like, hey, stop in for a meal.
Yeah, there's a Cuban restaurant that advertises all the way down to Florida, and you're like, man, that just seems like if you want to have diarrhea on the road, I'm going to stop at this one Cuban restaurant.
What are you saying?
What are you saying about Cuban food?
I'm thinking about like a gas station Cuban restaurant. It
Right.
doesn't look like it's
though, right?
Yeah,
It's
but,
a restaurant.
but this place is obviously a
saying
one-of-a-kind restaurant.
Wow, I think he should be canceled. I think that
You're saying a lot.
you better let
I'm not
people know
stopping at
how much you love and respect the career
Those
of the
Cubans
great
are always giving me diarrhea.
Desi Arnaz.
I respect their careers, but I'm not stopping at a Cuban restaurant in the middle of Gainesville, Florida. Not
So what
doing
you're
it.
saying is that all Cuban food gives you the runs.
If I
A
see
lot of
signage,
Cubans live in Florida.
if I see signage on 75 for a Cuban restaurant that's connected to a gas station, I'm concerned.
But you'll stop at a stripper joint and eat a sandwich.
They'll
I
get
don't-
chicken fingers there.
There's a great Indian restaurant that's connected to a BP.
Great.
No, it's great.
That makes sense. It's probably the building that when I need to open a restaurant, that's the one I can afford the rent, right? And
Yeah, exactly.
so-
and it's delicious.
and also remember location.
I get
It's
gas.
very important. That's right.
I
You
get
get
some
gas,
paneer.
and you
then
get
you
more
have
gas.
Yeah.
And then I have more gas.
Yeah.
But then it feels good because I'm clean.
Well, that's called relief. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And thank you to all Cubans for that. See, I'm not like this guy.
I'm just
your
saying,
food.
if you want to advertise to get me to get some Cuban food, don't connect it to a gas station.
How many Cracker Barrel billboards do you see on the way down there?
Are they connected to gas stations, though?
Well, they're next to one.
They're not connected, though.
If you're on an exit, you're always next to one. That's the point of exits.
And it's not the gas station.
Gas and
it's
go.
not like the BP is cooking your food. It's a restaurant in the BP.
I gotta
I think
say,
you have the
no,
same
the
workers.
ones
There's
the
crossover
ones
in the
that get
workers.
me, the ones that where I'm a little bit is when it's a known brand. And
Oh,
that's
like a Burger
connected.
King next
Yeah,
inside
Wendy's.
connected to a thing. It's like
I went to a steak and shake that was connected to. Oh,
yeah. So
I don't know. I feel like that's okay because it's like for truckers.
Right.
and it's okay for them to have
And
the
travelers.
I mean, it just seems like the reason why it's
Why
there
can't
is not
we give-
because it's like, oh, this is the bad Burger King. We're gonna put it inside of this.
No, I'm not
Shell
saying
station.
that. I'm just saying that it's like you do wonder, are they mixing shifts between like
They totally are. They're
gas
crossing.
station,
Yeah,
the
they're
QT,
crossing
and
over.
the
No, it's a
Same
separate
crossover. There's not a
entity.
firewall, Autumn. There should be a firewall. There's not a firewall.
I agree.
I can't apply at the Burger King inside of the Shell station and then be thrown into like stocking of the Shell stations. Like,
Are you sure?
Yeah. Have you? How
No,
much
have you
time?
checked that?
separate entities.
How much time have you spent in Southern Georgia?
I don't like to talk about that time in my life.
Well, now that I realize you probably shouldn't. You shouldn't because
She worked at Lion's Den.
She actually was one of these people.
Eric, you said you wouldn't bring this up.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but now that we're here, we might as well let people know.
All right.
It was a couple of tough years.
It was a long
It
time ago.
it was a long time ago. It was a
I'm
couple
not
of
that
tough
person
years.
anymore.
She's not. And you know what? After all the illegality that went down, she pulled her life together by working at an A&W restaurant that was attached to a gas station.
Yeah.
And, maybe turned a few tricks in that period of time. But the whole idea was to get out.
You want
I
a root
needed the
beer
money.
float, honey?
They were lonely. I mean, it was a win-win. It wasn't like I was,
Who doesn't
assaulting
have their
people.
lot lizard days? Come on. We're not here to judge.
You kind of have to,
It's a
Yeah.
lot lizard summer.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot lizard summer.
Lot lizard summer.
They are cold-blooded.
Alex Williams says there's a big jam on 75 northbound in Kennesaw.
Yeah, all due to this debris cleanup. It looks like a bunch of gravel spilled in the roadway. 75 and northbound before Barrett Parkway, exit 269. Just single file in that far left lane. That has cooked the ride almost back to 285. Highway 41, Cobb Parkway, or the express lanes if you have a Peach Pass are your ways around that. Better news on 85 northbound out of Brookhaven toward Chamblee and Dorville. Crash cleared out of the right lane. 85 northbound before Shallowford Road. And once you get outside the perimeter, we're going to check on a new slow zone that's gotten even slower. 85 northbound from 285 up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit number 99. 400 northbound, still on and off the brakes, leaving 285 in Sandy Springs as you head up toward Roswell and Alpharetta. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
What would you do with $1,000 this summer?
Hotel, pool, week at the beach, cabin in the woods.
Whatever you want to do this summer,
WSB has $1,000 to make it happen.
$1,000 Thursdays gives you the chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
You could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays begins this Thursday.
From 95.5 WSB, where Atlanta wins.
At Butler Lexus of South Atlanta, buying a car is more than a transaction. It's a 5-star experience because they value you. Enjoy personalized offers and luxury perks, all designed with you in mind. Visit ButlerLexusSouthAtlanta.com or call 800-NEW-LEXUS today. Butler Lexus South Atlanta, the standard of amazing.
Hi, this is Candace from Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't just take my word for it. For over 20 years, you've heard me on the radio sharing remodeling advice. But if you really want to know what sets Exovations apart, go read our reviews. You'll see words like amazing work, incredible experience from start to finish, and again, stress-free. But don't just listen to me. Listen to our reviews. Google Exovations or visit EXOVATIONS.com.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. George Stein has been a personal and professional friend for decades. He literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. I trust him, and you can too. GeorgeStein.com.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef is on sale. 16-ounce packages are only $4.99 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. Their well well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Oh, popsicle drips, muddy shoes, and summertime messes, don't let them take over your home. Call Zero-Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zero-Res uses their ZR water technology, no dirt-attracting soaps, no harsh chemicals, just a truly clean, healthy home. Right now, take advantage of their summer sale. Get 15% off all services, that is carpets, air ducts, rugs, tile, and more, all 15% off. Just mention Chris Chandler or book now at ZeroResAtlanta.com, and yet they do commercial cleaning too. Zero-Res, all they leave is clean.
You know, we played Trump's F-bomb couple of times, but we haven't played the full audio. And that's all I say that I know that Israel was like, yeah, we got Trump, but once you're with Trump, Trump's personality is mercurial. And I want all this stuff to end anyway. That's the side of Trump that I'm rooting for to win out. But he goes, he shows in this that he's angry with both sides, but he's mostly angry with Israel. Oh, is he going to play a commercial now? For goodness sakes. You can't do anything anymore.
You got to be sold to, Eric.
A guy on WSB saying there's too many damn commercials. Well, it's only going to be 16 more seconds before we can actually.
Well, the thing I told you during the break is fake news.
Of course. I don't ever believe anything you tell me during the break.
Oh, you can't know. You can't know.
Better search experience? Homes.com.
No. Can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. You didn't hear that, by the way.
Hear what?
But Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I understand that. And I think I do not believe that this was all about the nuclear program. I believe that this was about regime change. And, you know, for Israel, we got Trump, and they're probably like, oh, now we can keep on going. But Trump has a mercurial personality. That's the best way to put it. It's a mercurial personality. And I don't think he's going to allow himself to be dragged into 6 months, a year, blah, blah, blah. Bill Crane will be here in a couple minutes. We'll talk to him about it.
Do you think that was those bombs were the biggest load he's ever seen?
All right. Can you?
The bombs.
Yes. I think that they probably were. What other ish do we have very quickly?
Well, I mean, I've seen other things.
Art that resembles piles of trash and other debris may be a recession indicator. This happened back in 2008, where people were starting to gather things. So kind of the thrifting trends were picking up during that time as well,
autumn,
too.
it started foraging.
Yeah.
What does it have to do with art, though?
Well, because art now they are doing pieces of art that are based on just putting trash together and blah blah blah. And I saw that today. The idea that is this an indication that the economy is going? No. First of all, artist and the economy never mix. All right. What artists do with their lives is zero indication of what's happening above ground. So this is a completely ridiculous. Oh, this artist would have done a completely different piece if only they could afford eggs. No, it's not like that. It's this is just what I would call, for the most part. I mean, I haven't seen this art. There could be some that's good, I suppose. I don't know. For the most part, just lazy art is what I would call it.
They're calling it maximalist
Oh,
art.
yeah, maximalist. Hey, it's everything in my trash because, yeah, do you get it? Everything is trash, you know? Yeah.
It will be curious to see. I know a lot of thrift shops around Atlanta closed down over the past 5 years. If they start opening back up again, that would suggest that would probably be that we are entering a recession again. Because I remember when...
Yeah, but then wouldn't those people have to then be able to afford a store?
True.
So they have to have money. So I don't know if it could go that way. You know what's a good indication of recession?
What?
Is when all your friends are out of work. That's a good indication, because if you're out of work, then you can't afford stuff, and then and you can't buy things. I think this is a matter. This is a matter of the 24-hour news beast must be fed. Believe me, I know plenty of artists. Okay, none of them have any connection whatsoever to the economy.
Here, Eric, you want some maximalist art?
Yes.
Here you go.
Oh, look at it, because it's all trash. You get it? Are you getting my metaphor? Everything's trash, including me as an artist. Alex Williams says it's a bumper-to-bumper ride through downtown.
That is right, Eric. Very slow this afternoon. If you're trying to make your way into the heart of the city, you're going to start to see the brake lights 85 southbound right at the Georgia 400 merge, with 400 delays starting back in Buckhead around Lennox Road. Going to take you about 25-30 minutes to get from there down to I-20, with northbound jammed from Highway 166 Langford Parkway up past Peachtree Pine Street. Travel advisory continues up into Kennesaw. 75 northbound is nothing but brake lights. Also bumper to bumper from 285 next to Truist Park up to where only a left lane is open with debris cleanup before Barrett Parkway. Use Highway 41 Cobb Parkway or the express lanes with a Peach Pass. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Reach-in closets, walk-in closets, pantry spaces, garages. With a custom spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. All your stuff neatly organized and designed to stay that way. Call the Closet Bomb Squad, Artisan Custom Closets. They'll diffuse your clutter and make it safe to enter your closet again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, new questions today about whether U.S. bunker busters actually destroyed Iran's nuclear program. Multiple outlets now reporting an early intelligence assessment suggests the strikes only set it back by a few months. The reports say the U.S. believes there was significant damage, but it was mostly to structures above ground. The White House is slamming the reporting, calling the assessment flat out wrong. As for the precarious ceasefire between Israel and Iran, CBS News foreign correspondent Holly Williams is monitoring the latest developments.
Israel has said that Iran launched 3 missiles. That is a ceasefire violation, although Israel said that they didn't cause any damage or casualties. And then Israel said it responded by targeting a radar array inside Iran, but then refrained from further retaliation after a phone call between President Trump and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
95 degrees in Atlanta. Take precautions from this brutal heat.
On average, during the summer, afternoon temperatures range in the upper 80s to low 90s. So when the forecast calls for the upper 90s, it becomes much harder for the body to stay cool.
A heat advisory in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Some people have to work outside in this brutal heat.
This construction worker in Fulton County tells me the heat can be challenging.
You know, you get moments where you get frustrated, lightheaded or whatever, but over time, doing it so much, you know, your body kind of get adjusted.
The heat can take a toll. Doctors urge those who have to work out in the heat to stay hydrated, take breaks in a cool area, and know the symptoms of heat-related illness, including dizziness, nausea, and confusion. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
When there's a heat advisory like we have right now, Georgia Power cannot cut off electricity to customers who are late paying their bills. Tom Kraus with the Georgia Public Service Commission says once the heat advisory is over, the disconnections can resume.
Now, they do eventually have to pay that bill, so we do recommend anyone that does have their power in danger of being cut off should contact the provider right away.
He says this rule applies to Georgia Power, the only electric provider regulated by the PSC. EMCs and municipal electric systems may have similar rules. Police are looking for 2 more teen suspects who vandalized pride flags in Midtown Atlanta overnight.
Atlanta police say a half dozen teens coordinated a vandalism trip from Dallas and Cartersville to Midtown. Sergeant Brandon Hayes says officers responded fast as the males stole nearby pride flags and took photos and videos, slicing them up with a knife.
We take this community very seriously. We take all of Atlanta seriously, but definitely in this area, we want to make sure that the residents feel safe.
Officers immediately collared Logan Matheson, Jamie McCarroll, and Ahmed McCory, while a 16-year-old is unnamed. That boy's father is charged with failing to supervise his son.
As far as it being labeled a hate crime, that's still under investigation.
In Midtown Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield is growing.
After 3 years of trying, the Trust for Public Land has now officially secured 21.5 acres in their latest expansion of the park. State Director George Dusenberry tells me.
We're seeing a lot of development pressures around Kennesaw Mountain, and just be able to preserve this, provide additional opportunities for people to enjoy the outdoors and enjoy Kennesaw Mountain. We're very excited.
Park Superintendent Patrick Gammon says the land includes a pond that will be used to help them fight fires.
It's a really, really big win for the park, for everybody around here.
He says they don't plan to add trails or open the pond to the public. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter leads a hearing on Capitol Hill today on how to improve America's health.
According to the CDC in my home state of Georgia, 35% of adults are obese, and 1 in 10 adults are living with 3 or more chronic conditions.
Carter, who was a pharmacist before going to Capitol Hill, says the current system isn't just expensive, it's failing the very people it's meant to serve. Democrats on the House Energy Health Subcommittee grill Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. about moves to replace the CDC's vaccine advisors. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Gridlock alert into Kennesaw. 75 northbound is an absolute parking lot, leaving I-285 up to this debris cleanup. It leaves only the left lane open before Barrett Parkway exit 269. That means using the express lanes with the Peach Pass or Highway 41 Cobb Parkway as an alternate. Had a stall. Hero got it out of a right lane, though, in Norcross. 85 northbound Jimmy Carter Boulevard exit 99. If you're traveling 285 east or southbound the inner loop out of Sandy Springs toward DeKalb, you're slow from Georgia 400 into Dorville and Tucker. Not going to find any relief till you get down past Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway in Clarkston. And 285 westbound, the outer loop, the brake lights find you on the north side right at Ashford Dunwoody Road. Stays heavy over to Roswell Road, exit 25 in Sandy Springs. Then starts to slow again, approaching I-75 in the Truist Park region, where you'll remain on and off the brakes southbound through Smyrna Vinings down to I-20, the West Freeway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Sunset this evening just before 9 o'clock. Still very warm with temperatures in the upper 80s at that time. Not much of a cool down for tomorrow morning. Lows in the mid 70s and another hot day for Wednesday, high 97. But watching the skies for Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, scattered rain showers and thunderstorms rolling through. Some of these storms may be capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Rain coming to an end for Thursday morning, lows in the mid 70s. Partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Thursday afternoon, high 95. Rain chances go up for Friday and Saturday with highs in the low 90s.
96 in Duluth, 95 in Cartersville, 96 in Union City. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I took the sunglasses off because Shelley bullied me.
Well, take them. You look stupid.
Yeah, I said I was a D-bag.
You look like a what you call it, bag.
So I've given in to the pressure. One day, I wanted to be a sunglasses inside D-bag guy for one day.
I thought it was fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, you see, you're not helping.
Yeah,
no, you look better without them.
It's not a matter of looking
outside.
better.
You look great with them.
Hey, I haven't seen you in them forever.
Hey, Bill Crane. Hey, I haven't introduced you yet, Bill Crane.
I take that back.
People have no idea what's going on now. They're like,
Who is that speaking?
What is going on? Well, I guess the cat is out of the bag. It's time for the Bill Crane brain drain. And in order to drain the brain of Bill Crane, you need Bill Crane. And here he is. Bill Crane is with us. I wish we didn't have such a slow news week for you, but I guess
it's hard to scrape 2 or 3 things together to talk about.
We will try. We'll try to dig some stuff up. Just after the bombing of Iran on Saturday and everything that's happened since then, do you believe in this ceasefire at this point? Do you think it's going to hold for a little while, a lot? Whatever. I don't think anybody, by the way, really knows. All we can do is,
It would
guess.
seem very tenuous to me, but all parties involved do have major incentives to continue.
The ceasefire, you mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
But, when Israel sort of agrees to the ceasefire and then overnight bombs the morning before, it kind of sets a tone that
but
it really probably isn't the healthiest. But the NATO summit that President Trump is on the way to, they'll be talking about that. They'll be talking about the Ukraine-Russia war and generally dealing with Russia. Mr. Putin is very upset about the U.S. taking this action against Iran and the impact it might have on its oil supply. So is China. So tensions are very, very high. I also would share with our listeners, I have a lot of friends that are Muslim. I have a lot of friends in the Iran-Iraqi communities here in Atlanta. But remember when we had 9/11, the Saudis that flew those jets into World Trade Center 1, the Pentagon, and ditched in the field in Pennsylvania, were here for several years learning how to fly those jets.
Yeah.
And so I don't doubt there are folks, terrorists within our borders that we may need to be watchful of.
Well, you always have to worry about blowback in these things, and it bothers me that it doesn't seem to be more a part of the initial calculation of whether to do these things, because what happens is this becomes generational, and, an 8-year-old watches his sibling die, and then 10 years later, that's an 18-year-old comes across somebody, says, hey, you want to get him back? Right, exactly.
But if there's a temple that gets attacked, if there's a mass transit station or airport here in the United States, I don't think Donald Trump will hesitate. And so I'm not sure the two parties involved in the ceasefire will end the ceasefire.
Well, right, I
directly.
don't know. We just played this, but I don't know if you did you hear Trump was very angry at Israel for what they did.
Yes.
And I think that I find this to be another it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I know there was a lot of celebration in Israel because they got Trump on their side for their thing. And I've said this a lot today, but I will say it again. Trump is a very mercurial figure, and he is not one that's on board for 6 months, a year, 2 years for something. And this is my opinion. I'm not putting these words in your mouth. My opinion is there's a haze of fugazi here from all sides. And it starts with, I don't believe this was about the nuclear thing specifically. I think that Israel was hoping for regime change. And I think that they were hoping once they brought Trump on board and got him involved, they could maybe get more toward regime change. But MAGA spoke up pretty loud over the weekend, and Trump will never admit it, but he hears those voices, and he wants to send the signal, this was a one-time act, and we're not into
12 days. And
yeah.
And it sort of started by this afternoon to be more about, Congressman Buddy Carter, who's running for the U.S. Senate.
Mr. Red, White, and Blue Land.
Putting a nomination in, I guess, over the email transom to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee.
Of course.
Which this is not to criticize what the president has done, but given who makes up the Nobel Peace Prize Committee and the country that awards it, he has no chance.
Well, I think the idea is Obama got a phony baloney
Correct.
Nobel, so why not give him out to other? It would never happen. It just wouldn't happen. Now, Henry Kissinger got one, and if you went back to 1971, no one would believe that Henry Kissinger would have gotten one.
But Nixon didn't.
Nixon did.
He was the president. So.
Right. Yeah, you're right. But I think an awful lot of people saw Kissinger as a warmonger, and he did get the Nobel Peace Prize.
But he was also the engineer of the accord between Israel and Egypt.
Did he share it with Arafat? Was that I feel like maybe it was.
I don't recall it that way, but it might have been. I was like 11.
Yeah.
He got it for after that war in '73.
He got it after the peace accords between Egypt and Israel, for which not long after Anwar Sadat was killed.
He shared it with, I think, maybe Sadat. Look it up.
During Carter.
George
Lê Duc Tho, a North Vietnamese politician.
Oh, he shared it with him? Okay, all right. So it was a shared award.
Oh, that was for the Vietnam War. I thought it was for that was Carter.
Yeah.
I'm mixing up my presidents.
You're conflating
chemo
presidents.
brain fog.
So, yeah, I think I don't think, this is my opinion, Bill, is I don't think that anybody actually really knows what the results are yet, even though everyone out there from their own side is touting it. If you listen to Iran, it was a victory. If you listen to Israel, it was a victory.
Everybody's claiming a win.
Yeah.
We don't know if the Fordo facility that was bombed by the 3 bunker bombs was destroyed. We know there was damage done, but we don't know the extent of the damage.
Fireball was beautiful.
Yeah, I know that. I know
Did
the
you
fireball.
See the fireball?
I didn't see. I saw some of the explosions, but I didn't see a mushroom cloud.
Very big.
Yeah. I think that when the president came out an hour and a half later or 2 hours after it happened and announced that they'd been obliterated, it's not because he's Trump or whatever. It's just there was no way to know that. There was no way to have experts decide that. Now, the real question now is, where is this uranium that was enriched to 60%? We don't know. I guess Trump wants us to believe that it's buried underground and we'll never see it again. But there were satellite images of 16 trucks like 2 or 3 days before the bombing. So the whole thing could be a haze of fugazi, Bill. It could be that we bombed nothing when Iran went for us.
Facilities.
We bombed the facilities.
That was creating the centrifuges that was creating the radiation, but we probably didn't take them out of that business.
Yeah, and we don't know, and here's another thing that will be unpopular because people just listen to 24-hour news all the time, but we don't know that they want the 60% so that they have some kind of leverage when they sit. If you're going to negotiate, you have to have something that you'll give up. And we don't know if the intention for 60% of uranium is to be able to give something up for, like dropping the sanctions or something along those lines. So there's so much that isn't. Anybody walking around today telling somebody else they know exactly what went on here is lying to themselves first and lying to the person they're speaking to second, because there is so much fugazi statecraft going on here that it's as impossible to, you'd need a bunker buster logic bomb to be able to penetrate it at this point.
And also, modern warcraft is constantly changing, too. So a lot of times people look back at the old playbooks and they say, well, this is what we did in these wars, and this is how...
Yeah, we will lose the grid. We will lose the internet. We will lose our cell phones. That's the way I think we will be attacked.
Yeah.
Senator Sam Nunn, after he left the Senate, joined a group that was originally funded by, in part, Ted Turner, that was trying to locate several hundred nuclear bombs that were in Soviet Russia when the Soviet Union fell, that were in places like Ukraine and the Middle Eastern countries in silos that are gone now.
Yeah.
And we don't know where those armaments went.
Still,
some of them have been tracked down, some of them have been located, but most of them were of Russian origin. If Vladimir Putin wants Iran to be a nuclear power.
That's right. And Medvedev mentioned that. You don't have to build it yourself to be a nuclear power.
There's a market.
You can be gifted them or have sold them.
And there's smaller devices like briefcases that can do tremendous damage with a smaller load nuclear device that can take out blocks. And
yeah, I think that some of this is
theater.
I think it's quite possible that all the way around it's theater. Everybody trying to show their citizens that they're doing something, but it starts with, I personally do not believe the story. Now, there's a lot of, I don't believe anything from Iran or from my own intelligence agencies
I believe the people
either.
in Tehran who were going on public today as their houses were coming
No.
down.
I believe it happened. I'm
Okay.
saying, I'm just talking about reasons. And I do not believe that this was necessarily
That's the only rationale.
about the nuclear
taking out that capacity.
I believe that they wanted regime change, and I think Trump is going to disappoint them as a partner in that. Alex Williams says 75 is a parking lot through Marietta.
Not where you want to be this afternoon, Eric. 75 northbound is jammed, leaving I-285 adjacent to Truist Park there in Cobb County, all the way up to this gridlock alert. Debris cleanup, only a left lane open just north of the 575 split exit 268. You can use Highway 41, Cobb Parkway, or the express lanes with a Peach Pass, your best ways to avoid that. Elsewhere, just cleared up a stall out of the right lane in Cobb County, I-20 westbound, right adjacent to the theme park, Riverside Parkway, exit 46, delays back to I-285. And Hero Unit held all lanes, got a crash off to the right in northwest Atlanta, 75 southbound, just past Northside Drive, exit 252. Traffic brought to you by Echo Park Speedway. Experience the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart Saturday, June 28th. Under the lights in Atlanta. Get your tickets now at echoparkspeedway.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
You're by the pool.
You're relaxing.
You're sipping a drink.
Someone brings you a towel.
Adjust the umbrella.
Sound like a fantasy?
It's not if you win $1,000 from WSB.
$1,000 Thursdays begins this Thursday.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB app within that hour, and you could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBRadio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays
from 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
As we dive into summer, it's good to know that Georgia Power has a variety of resources to help you save money and find assistance for your energy bills. This is Scott Slade. The Georgia Power My Power Usage Alerts can send you email updates on how much energy you're using. Just go to georgiapower.com/usage and log into your account. For income-qualified customers, there are discounts available when you meet certain criteria. There's even a community assistance and resource locator that can help. Find out more at georgiapower.com/assistance.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on Portfolio X-ray, or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
We all know moving is a hassle. What if you could make it way easier and get paid twice? That's right. You sell your house, and instead of 1 check, you get 2. I know it sounds like one of those, but wait, there's more kind of commercials. But this one's real. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard gives you cash before your house sells, so you can go ahead and buy your next place now. Meanwhile, Orchard's team is back at your old place, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades, basically transforming it into the best version of your old home. Then they sell it, usually for more. And yeah, you get that money too. So here's the math. Cash when you buy equals payday 1. Cash when you sell equals payday 2. Boom. No spreadsheets required. Just head to Orchard.com and get a free home valuation to see how it works. No gimmicks, no stress, no camping out in your cousin's basement. Just a smarter way to move. That's Orchard.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
All right, Bill Crane, I know people are thinking, Eric, you got to get on that Brookhaven Center Dome glass controversy.
I know
and we will.
about that.
We will get to that. I promise.
That's the big news for
That's
today.
That's the big news. So as fallout from the bombing of Iran, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is against part of the MAGA group that is very much, anti more foreign wars, especially in the Middle East, has basically come out against this. Now, she says she's still good friends with Trump and all that. But there is a war breaking out within MAGA between, I guess the two to really look at is Marjorie Taylor Greene versus talk show host Mark Levin. And they're just
Carlson.
Tucker Carlson, but right now Levin and Marjorie Taylor Greene are tossing ad hominem attacks at each other, which I don't know where that's going to go. Or each of them claiming that they speak for MAGA.
Where's the pillow guy on all this?
Yeah, well, he's busy because he just lost another case. I know he's got no money.
They're going to make me the new president of Iran.
Poor Mike Lindell.
Yeah. So, how do you think this all shakes out? Because I think today this anger that we saw toward Israel. Trump listens. He watches, and he must have felt that there was a part of MAGA that was starting to turn, and now he comes out today forcefully saying what Israel did was wrong.
Right. And also he was very forceful on 12-day war. It's over. It's over. It's over. So I think you're right. He heard MAGA over the weekend, coming off the bombing at Fordo and the other facilities, and there is a large faction that keeps saying, Marjorie Taylor Greene's one of the louder voices, you promised no more foreign wars. You promised peace in the Middle East. You promised, and that's what you ran on. So do it.
Right.
And I think we've established, is Autumn here, that I'm not a Marjorie Taylor Greene fan, but I also think she's trying to put. Good to hear you, Marjorie.
We're trying. Listen, you got a good point out of me.
That's right.
I don't need to hear no smack talk about
That's
me.
right. That's right.
But I think she is trying to put a little bit of political light between herself and the president for future aspirations as she looks forward at perhaps running for governor, perhaps running for the U.S. Senate seat, which she earlier ruled out, because she still views herself as a large voice within MAGA world.
That's what's upsetting is that you can't even hear something like that from her without, or maybe from any politician without thinking, oh, there must be some reason why they're saying this.
But there is always another reason.
Yeah. Well, there may be another. Well, there may be another reason, but it's truly. It became an anti-war movement.
I believe she believes that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the rationale for taking that step, given the history of her life in public life.
Yeah. I don't see why. I don't understand why she would go more for governor than a Senate seat. Maybe she just thought she had. It makes more sense to be in the Senate because her issues are national. I don't see her as like a local issues, state issues person.
I think she beats John Ossoff side by side, though, or head to head.
Again, it's the other reasons. She looks at that Senate race as being easier, or the governor's race as being easier.
Right.
She.
I mean, how much can MAGA bring to this? We don't have.
What she does in the governor's race is she takes it away from the lieutenant governor. I mean, she makes it much easier for Chris Carr to have a straight path to the governor's mansion.
Right. Unless something happens, because
things happen,
a day
people
is
die, all sorts of things change.
Things could happen.
A month is a lifetime in politics.
She seems to me as this is the same problem I think that Stacey Abrams. Her issues were national. I know that she brought them down about the voting in Georgia, which did not have a whole lot of there, but her fame was national. It wasn't
And her
state.
fundraising base, but I don't see her in the Senate for 30 years.
She became president of the world.
That's what's true on Star Trek.
The Senate is all about seniority.
Yeah.
And to get a committee chairmanship or be in a position of leadership, you got to put in 2, maybe 3 terms. You're looking at 18 years. I don't see that.
Okay.
She's scared of John Ossoff, too, I'm telling you. John Ossoff, because he's established, he's an incumbent, he beats her in a head-to-head. If it's Marjorie versus John Ossoff.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess I can see the logic of that. I just
Bring
don't.
it on, y'all.
I don't see the logic.
A lot of
Neither
talking
Trump
going
nor
on.
Brian Kemp will physically be on the ballot,
right?
Which will soften GOP turnout. The Republican Party has only had 2 counties in the top 10, with the exception of election years, recent times, Trump or Kemp at the top of the ballot. Then they got 7, and their numbers pushed up.
But her issues are national, so that's what I don't quite understand. Alex Williams says there's a gridlock alert on 75 in Kennesaw.
And it continues with this debris cleanup. 75 northbound before Barrett Parkway, exit 269. All hands on deck trying to clear this, but still just a left lane open. And it is very slow back to I-285. Traffic troopers also telling me the express lanes are feeling a pinch from that as well, as people use those as an alternate. So always consider using Highway 41, Cobb Parkway, or Atlanta Road will get you around that. Elsewhere, just found some new trouble in Gwinnett County, 85 southbound between Duluth and Norcross at Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102. Police protecting something, trying to figure out what it is in the center lane there. And if you're traveling on Georgia 400 northbound, toughest part of that ride continues to be in Sandy Springs, leaving 285, breaking free just past the North Springs MARTA station. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
You know the best part about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house, right? Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling. Summer is here. Don't let HVAC problems ruin your fun. Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. Ready to stay cool this summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today and keep your home cool and comfortable all summer long. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sail free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
It is officially summer break, and we can all take a deep breath. Well, only if your air ducts are clean. Call the cleaning pros at Zero Res to get your ducts insanely clean. And now you can take advantage of their summer sale for 15% off all services, including carpet, area rugs, and air duct cleanings. For a limited time, mention me, Chris Chandler, and you'll get 15% off your next service. That is right, any service, 15% off. Use promo code SUMMERSALE when scheduling online at ZeroResAtlanta.com.
Buying a car shouldn't be a mystery. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. At Jim Ellis, we believe in complete transparency because you deserve to know exactly what you're getting. That's why we show you all the numbers, no hidden fees, no surprises. We explain every option clearly so you can make the right decision with confidence. And if you ever have questions, we have answers. Our team is here to guide you, making sure you're informed and in control every step of the way. At Jim Ellis Automotive, we don't want to sell you just any car. We want to help you buy the right car because doing the right thing for you is what matters most to us. Experience car buying the way it should be, honest, straightforward, and built around you. And don't forget, Jim Ellis buys cars too. It's the safe and easy way to get maximum value for your car. To get started, visit one of our 21 convenient locations across Metro Atlanta or shop online at jimellis.com. The quick, easy, and convenient way to search and compare more than 5,500 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
The perfect match for your next roof is Fenley Roofing. Fenley has already helped over 65,000 Georgia families and has over 2,000 5-star reviews. So you'll be sure you get your roof done right. Learn more at FenleyRoofing.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. The fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran seems to be holding for now. State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce says both sides launched strikes earlier today.
There was some activity back and forth, and that has stopped, and the ceasefire has taken effect, and the president is pleased. So I think we can take that as an indicator of his feeling about it at this point.
There are multiple reports circulating today which say the U.S. bunker busters did not destroy Iran's nuclear program. Reporter Selena Wang has the White House response.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, in response to our reporting and from CNN, she is blasting it, saying that this is a result of, quote, low-level loser leakers. And let me just read to you part of her statement. She says, quote, this assessment and the leak is a clear attempt to demean President Trump and discredit the brave fighter pilots who conducted a perfectly executed mission to obliterate Iran's nuclear program. Everyone knows what happens when you drop 14 30,000-pound bombs perfectly on their targets. Total obliteration.
It is 94 degrees in Atlanta. When will storms arrive? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A heat advisory is in effect in Atlanta until 8 p.m. tomorrow. It's not pleasant for people who have to work outside, like Manuel, who's at a job site in Alpharetta.
Luckily, we do have water.
Oh, good.
To keep hydrated. But beside that, man, we probably would have been out here. You can see we're getting dark, very red,
right?
But it is hot out here,
Meteorologist Christina Edwards says the heat index is close to 100. Atlanta police release a video today of the two remaining suspects accused of cutting up pride flags near the Rainbow Crosswalk in Midtown. 4 suspects, all teenagers, are now in custody. They could face hate crime charges. Sergeant Brandon Hayes with Atlanta Police says they were on the scene within minutes.
That just goes to show that we take this community very seriously. We take all of Atlanta seriously, but definitely in this area, we want to make sure that the residents feel safe.
We've posted video of the suspects police are looking for at WSBRadio.com. 2 fires at car dealerships on Cobb Parkway overnight were deliberately set.
So initial indications are that both incidents were started by the same person, seen walking down Cobb Parkway South.
Marietta Assistant Fire Chief Jason Garner says they're looking at camera footage up and down Cobb Parkway, hoping to identify that suspect. The fires happened at Atlanta Luxury Motors and Unlimited Auto Group. Anyone with information should call Marietta Fire or the arson hotline. There is a reward of up to $10,000 for information that leads to an arrest. Sanitation workers in Cumming prepare for a possible strike as they participate in a practice picket today.
Members of Local 728 are asking Republic Services for a fair wage. Teamsters spokesman Colin McCullough says workers for Republic all over the country are seeking the same thing.
These local unions who are working for Republic, have members who are working for Republic, are all looking for the same thing, a fair contract with decent wages.
More practice strikes may occur. McCullough says they don't want to go on strike, but will if necessary. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
New moves by 2 retail giants to get deliveries to your door even faster.
The Chinese e-commerce giants Temu and Shein do it. Now Target is testing out a service that delivers products directly from factories to customers' homes, offering shoppers more low-cost goods. Meantime, Walmart is testing out so-called dark stores, warehouses that look like stores but are closed to the public. They're used to launch faster, more efficient deliveries. There's one right now in Dallas, one planned near its headquarters in Arkansas. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
Now, WSB Money Update. Investors like this ceasefire in the Middle East. Bankrate's Ted Rossman says it impacts the price of oil.
Oil prices are a big economic input that's related. Oil prices were down about 6% today, so that's something that investors are cheering.
The Dow and S&P end the day up more than 1%. The NASDAQ jumps nearly 1.5%. It is now 5:34. This news sponsored by Findlay Roofing. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still watching the big jam on I-75 northbound up through Marietta and into Kennesaw, all due to this gridlock alert and debris cleanup that's left only a left lane open. 75 northbound before Barrett Parkway exit 269. The express lanes are slow as an alternate, as lots of the Peach Pass users are in those, but it will get you around it, as well as Highway 41, Cobb Parkway. Hopefully this will wrap up soon. Elsewhere, if you're traveling on the downtown connector, it's a slow ride. Looking for new reports of a crash, 400 southbound before Lenox Road exit 2. Once you get past that, the brake lights find you from the 85-400 merge with 75 south delays starting, approaching Howell Mill Northside Drive exit 252, and no relief from that brake pedal until you get down to I-20. Northbound delays, you're jammed in, 75-85 northbound, Highway 166 Langford Parkway up past Peachtree Pine Street. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Sunset this evening just before 9 o'clock. Still very warm with temperatures in the upper 80s at that time. Not much of a cool down for tomorrow morning. Lows in the mid 70s and another hot day for Wednesday, high 97. But watching the skies for Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, scattered rain showers and thunderstorms rolling through. Some of these storms may be capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Rain coming to an end for Thursday morning, lows in the mid 70s. Partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Thursday afternoon, high 95. Rain chances go up for Friday and Saturday with highs in the low 90s.
93 in Chamblee and in Kennesaw, 96 in Stockbridge. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Only inches separate you from the heavy rain pounding on your roof. Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show, here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Water is your home's #1 enemy, and your roof is your front line of defense to stop it from getting inside. Has your old roof finally lost the battle against all this recent heavy rain? If water has made its way into your home, think of Findlay first. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally, all with high-quality work, upfront pricing, and exceptional service. You'll always win with Findlay. You'll never have to worry about them cutting corners. With over 30 years of experience, Findlay goes the distance. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof experience. Are you seeing water inside or just not sure how well your roof is holding up after all this recent rain? Schedule a free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge. FindlayRoofing.com.
Roof, roof. Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
I get home from work sometimes, and my wife will say something like, "Did you hear about this war in Iran?" It'd be kind of hard for me to do my job without. I think from now on, I'm just going to play dumb. What? Really? Tell me about it.
Hey, Eric, you're on the air.
What happened? Oh, I'm sorry. Have I told you guys how much?
Watch out for that other eye.
I love my wife.
Punch you.
What are you going on about punching me? I mean, did I miss something, Autumn?
No, that your wife's going to punch you, remember?
Yeah. Well, oh yes, that's why I was wearing sunglasses earlier. And finally,
which I can't believe you let Shelly peer pressure.
That's really
you.
good concealer.
It is. I've got a good makeup guy. Yeah, Shelly. I just went out there and told him, man, I hope you're happy with your bullying. I wanted one day to be allowed to be the D-bag who wears sunglasses indoors, and I couldn't even make it to 7 p.m.
That's not your luck. It's not your luck. You don't look like a douchebag. You're that guy. You're a cool guy.
I told him that my reputation is like
that is a really spot on impression.
It really is.
It's really good.
Thank you. What you call it said it was good.
I have too many people who depend on my sanity. That's what I've realized now. Too many people depend on me to be dependable, and I can't just let it go.
That's where we got the word.
Yes.
WSB dependable.
Yeah, it was WSB.
It was a word of the day that just hung around for a while.
Von Hessler on it, they were going to say, and then somebody said depend on it. That sounds a little better. It all means the same thing. All right, Bill Crane. We were mentioning Brookhaven earlier.
Yes.
And kind of tongue-in-cheek, but this, I don't know how much money this costs. So Brookhaven is removing the city center dome.
Not the
glass,
dome.
Not the dome, the glass in the dome.
Right.
After a design issue. Now, I hate to...
it didn't meet the original design vision.
Right, which was, it was too bright or something once they started putting them up there. Now, were they replacing or is the whole dome a new thing? Sorry, Brookhaven, I'm not up to date on...
Disclosure, I do work for the city of Brookhaven.
Oh, well, you know.
Yes.
Are you the guy who ordered the glass?
No.
You may not be working there long.
But the dome, in renderings and earlier architecture drawings, the glass was paler, more translucent, and incorporated the colors of the city, which are a teal green and aqua blue and white. And as I was watching the building go up myself, I noted that, man, those are some pretty sharp, kind of like tennis shoe colors that are going into these.
They're kind of
glass
like it's like triangles in a geodesic.
and it looks more like a mosaic than I think it was originally intended. So enough feedback came in along those lines that the council is holding the vendor responsible because it's not matching the design specs. And so what glass is in there now will come out because they're on a construction schedule to finish the building and be up and running in August, move in, etc. So for initially, there will be no glass. It'll just be an open-air dome. Eventually, they will replace it and put new glass in.
And is that going to cost, or
they
is
don't
the
think
vendor
it'll cost because they're going back to the vendor, but that's being discussed.
Okay, so right now, so there may be
an adjustment, maybe.
and also
at least a change order. Who's paying for it? I don't know.
Potentially litigation, maybe. Who knows?
But 60% of that building is intended as public space. The city will occupy about 40% of it. So there's a coffee shop in the lobby. There's a big atrium in the lobby. There's a rooftop.
So what happens when it rains?
When there's no glass there, you get wet.
Okay.
But the idea, I worked at the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, and they also had a glass dome in the center of Centennial Olympic Park, but it leaked. So when you've got a building like that, it's a difficult design with 100 or 200.
Yeah. Because this is a not an odd design, but a little more difficult.
It's very
very
attention getting, and it sits right on Peachtree Street at North Druid Hills Road in Peachtree.
So I did see someone that was up there. So what you're saying is they weren't meant to be so opaque. They're meant to be kind of like translucent.
Correct. A lot more light
now,
in.
And
also not as dark colored. Bright.
Right. And because who wants to? You want to have a bright, sunshiny city.
But they're going to
center.
do a lot of weddings up there, so you're like standing under the dome and your face turns pink. Because
and I want to have a wedding in there. Well, I've already been married.
Yeah, you might want to. You've already won down with Jane today. So.
I know. No. Maybe we'll renew our
second. I'll renew your vows.
Renew our vows
instead of bullet call. You'll come into town.
But I want to do it. I want to do it when it's raining and there's no roof. I want to have a good. They
say it's good
like
luck.
As a Bills fan, I see that as a home field advantage.
Yes. Yeah. And they say it's good luck if you
the beautiful sight lines. You can see Kennesaw from up on top. It's not that tall a building. It's only like 5 or 6 stories.
Who's they? Who says?
The marriage people, the marriage gods.
They?
Yeah,
they say
that
they say it a lot. Wait a minute, you can see Kennesaw from Brookhaven?
Because there's nothing blocking your view from that.
I can see my house from here.
You can't see Tennessee, but you can see the outline of Kennesaw. You can see the outline of Stone Mountain. Yeah,
wow. Oh, you meant the mountain, not the city. Okay.
Correct. Not the downtown of Kennesaw, the mountain of Kennesaw.
That large mountain is what you can see.
Come, I'll show you, Kim. Come,
Yeah, why don't you go for a
field trip?
Every time Bill Crane's here, he invites you to give you a guided tour of Brookhaven, and you're always turning him down.
This is the first time he's ever mentioned it.
No.
We talked about Tucker and some other things.
Okay, Tucker, yeah, the old hidden spots.
Why don't you two? Tim can show you give you a guided tour of Tucker, and you give him a guided tour. Do you live in Brookhaven or?
No, I live near it, but we've just been doing work. My firm, CSI Crane, has been doing work for them since.
And what about the dog? Can I hold you responsible for that?
No,
or
you
is that
can't hold me
Autumn?
responsible
The dog was the designer of the actual.
Yeah, and upset about.
Yeah, he's upset.
He's decided that. I wonder how that happens, though. Well, it happens all the time. If you ever have anything,
have you ever tried to see a statue built or a portrait?
An addition on your home?
There was
even,
a lot of criticism of the Martin Luther King statue when it went up at the Capitol being too angry looking.
Ooh, there was another reason that one.
Well, there's that too.
But it's like, I don't know if everybody walked around that. When they make a statue, do they make up a little mock-up so that you can walk around it and see what it's going to look like?
Somewhat on the artist. I mean, sometimes they do face death mask that they use as the model. Sometimes it's the artist's interpretation. Sometimes they're cast
whoever did the
differently.
Kobe one, my goodness, that one was terrible.
Yeah, well,
the Kobe one at the Staples Center.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it looks like Shaq.
The one in Decatur of John Lewis is a very good likeness, but it's hard sometimes in that scale to capture.
No, of course, and even painters. So the greatest painters, hands and faces are the toughest thing to.
Hey, the Greeks
make
could
happen.
do it.
A few of them.
Yeah, but they had
could.
the aliens helping them out.
That's true.
That's true.
And the lasers.
Yes.
I knew that, Bill Crane. I knew he's been watching a lot of that History Channel, those ancient civilizations. George, you believe in the ancient civilizations, right?
Oh yeah.
Why? Why do you believe? Why do you believe in them?
Because there's like stuff buried in the ground, and there's big bones that they find, and.
But he doesn't. He believes in ancient civilizations, and he believes that I'm sure that the aliens helped build the pyramids and all that.
Well, I can't explain it otherwise. Or the lost alien
I'm saying he does not believe in dinosaurs
because he knows that Graham Hancock is right about all these things.
Right, but would you like why you're there?
Haven't you seen all the movies? What's with the
Jurassic World?
Jurassic, yeah.
Doesn't that prove that there was dinosaurs?
Come on,
that's propaganda, Bill.
Oh, is that what it is?
We got Jurassic World Rebirth coming out.
I feel like this.
Where did all the oil come from?
I could feel
the Earth makes oil, and it never runs out.
Are you now George Clarkian? Are you a Clarkian?
I believe that the oil is an endless
byproduct.
resource.
Is like gas.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm not going to
from gas.
I'm not going to get dragged too far down into these tar pits. But I will say I believe that George Clark at this point, I could present him with evidence that is overwhelming that there were dinosaurs, but I just think I think he enjoys not believing in them.
Did they all fall off because the Earth was flat?
Yeah.
They fell off the other
They
side.
fell off the edge.
Oh, I know. I don't know. I never asked you
Walked too
about
far.
that. Are you? Because you are before Ye went cray. You were really into the Ye, so and
I don't think he's flat Earth.
who was the rapper that really got that going, the flat Earth thing?
I do vaguely remember a rapper being super.
But where stand the Clarkians? That's what I want to know.
I'm not tied to the globe, but
I'm not tied to the globe, but I'm not ready to
say it's a frisbee.
Ask him if he thinks that Antarctica is an ice wall.
Do you think Antarctica is an ice wall?
It could be. Why not? You know.
So you're open. You're
George
open to the
Clark.
idea. You're open to the idea that the Earth is flat.
I'm not tied to the globe.
That's a good way to say it.
You know what it is? Your GPS system. Alex Williams has better news on 75 in Kennesaw.
And we are ready for it, Eric. They have finally cleared the debris. All lanes are now open. 75 northbound before Barrett Parkway exit 269, but damage done. That ride is still cooked all the way back to 285 in the Truist Park area. It's going to take a while for that to improve. Express lanes are slow as an alternate for you Peach Pass holders, but it will save you a tad bit of time, as well as Highway 41 Cobb Parkway. That's gotten much slower through Marietta and Kennesaw. I wouldn't suggest that. Elsewhere, crash still mostly off to the right into Buckhead. 400 southbound approaching Lennox Road exit number 2. And they cleared up a crash in Lithonia, 20 eastbound before Evans Mill Road, but still seeing the slow ride back to I-285. Hero just cleared a stall coming out of Clarkston, 285 southbound, the Interloop Covington Highway exit number 43. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Topical. Basically, the text of the email reads like this.
Local.
Someone bought a car with my credit, and someone tried to file a tax return.
Mark Aram.
I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Have you ever had a bad experience getting repair work done on your European car? You need to get to know Wolf Pen Auto Repair at Roswell for honest estimates with honest pricing by factory certified techs for work on your Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or BMW. Search Wolf Pen Auto Repair and see the difference.
If you have been in a car accident in the past and have settled your case, I may have some good news. Some unethical lawyers have people known as runners who come directly to your hospital room or home and solicit your case. It's a disbarable offense. Anyone that would hire these scumbags needs to have their heads examined. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Now for the good news. If this happened to you, we will sue these lowlifes and fight to get all your fees back. And then look and see if these bottom feeders also malpracticed your case and sue them for that too. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Visit forthepeople.com for a free consultation or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. If someone does this to you, call the Bar Association and report them. Let's fight these bums. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
There's another Jurassic Park movie. Even people who love Jurassic Park have said that the last two have been terrible.
Yeah, but who loves the movie? This one's got Scarlett Johansson in it, though, guys. It's different. It's Jurassic World
It's tween and teen and younger boys that love dinosaurs.
Except for George. All bombed after the first two. They've all been critical.
But they haven't bombed. They've been critical. The critics haven't liked them. But if they all bombed, they wouldn't continue making them.
Yeah, and all the merchandising.
I've never seen one. Can you believe that?
The first one you would enjoy.
I'm sure I would. I just never got around to seeing it. I actually saw a few
Sam
minutes.
O'Neill. I can't remember who played
Sam Neill.
Neil. Sorry.
Sam Neill, Laura Dern.
Life finds a way. And then that guy, that British guy, what's his name?
With the cane?
Yeah, the old guy is.
Yeah, I can't remember
He and
his
his
name.
brother.
Attenborough?
Yes, one of the Attenborough.
Yeah, David Attenborough.
This dinosaur. I just, aren't there enough? At what point do you have enough dinosaur movies?
Yeah,
Money.
Basically,
yeah,
what they're
it's
doing.
all a recognizable IP. That's all you need. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's Jurassic Park. I know it. It's safe.
Reformed
I'm gonna
audience.
go see it.
But I mean, the last two have stunk. At what point are people going to stop going to see them?
What they're
Because
doing,
people are idiots.
they've made them
Hey.
basically like an alien movie.
No, wait 1 second.
Who said that?
You just called me an idiot.
Jared, how could you?
I didn't say
You
it.
just called me an idiot.
Who
'Cause
did?
I did.
She did. She said people are idiots. I'm a person.
said
I
no
thought
such
she was
thing.
talking about people who go to every movie to see them.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
I'm excluded. I'm not an idiot. Is what
You haven't
you're
been to
saying.
any of them.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? My first time I fell out of radio in the early '90s, I had a buddy. I was out of work, and
I call
had
it sabbatical.
A sabbatical, a hiatus. I had a buddy who was managing a Blockbuster Video, and he was kind enough to allow me to humiliate myself by working there. And at one point, there was some of the people who worked there were actually really into movies at that time, and so it was actually kind of cool because we got to talk about movies a lot. And there was this one guy that may have been a customer actually, and he was talking about how great the visuals were, the special effects were in Jurassic Park, and I just said, I've seen a few things, and it just seems to me like it looks like they're stepping not completely on the ground. And this guy looks at me and really puts me in my place. He says, they haven't been around for 265 million years. I just sort of backed off. I was like, okay, they're pretty good special
you're being
effects.
all critical
I'm
over
not
there.
totally biased. He just kind of looked at me there. They haven't been around for 265
So you didn't
million
point him
years.
to the Hitchcock corner of the store?
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't send him to the goons.
How did
you
you
know
not
what?
see it when you worked at Blockbuster? How did you not see the full
Let me
movie?
tell you something.
He's probably obstinate about it.
My period of working at Blockbuster was not my favorite period of my life, and
it was third, right?
I actually was able to ignore everything that movie Aladdin, that cartoon,
a whole new
played
world.
constantly.
Disney paid for that placement of all their newer features.
That's
and it was
great.
played.
I was in the store
Hearing that song.
probably 100 times when it was on. I can't tell you one single thing that happens in that movie.
Robin Williams is very talented.
I'm sure he is, and rest in peace.
Gilbert Gottfried takes it, though.
Iago.
All right, Bill Crane.
Yes, sir.
The brain has been drained for this week. CSI Crane.
CSI Crane, One Man's Opinion, WSBRadio.com, One Man's Opinion. See ya.
One Man's Opinion. See ya? Did you put see ya
No,
at
I
the
put
end?
see ya on there like see you next week.
Hey, man, see you next week.
Yeah.
Alex Williams says there's a stall on 285 in DeKalb.
And police just pulled up with this one. It's in the left lane on the south side perimeter, 285 eastbound, the outer loop, Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. You're starting to slow back before Moreland Avenue toward Jonesboro Road. Now, once you get past that, brake lights find you again, 285 eastbound, the outer loop from Flat Shoals Road, exit 48. Looking for a new crash just before Glenwood Road, exit number 44. If you're traveling 285 southbound, the inner loop out of Dorville into Tucker and Clarkston, you're jammed up from Buford Highway down to Memorial Drive, exit 41. 285 westbound, the outer loop on and off the brakes starting in Sandy Springs from Georgia 400 over to I-75 in Cobb County. Brake lights continue southbound through Smyrna Vinings, but improve the closer you get to I-20, the West Freeway. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. It's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Your neighborhood Kroger pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts Medicare D and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/pay-your-update. See your Kroger pharmacy for details.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once-yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, it is all new this hour. The Clayton County Sheriff plans to sue the county commission over cuts to the jail. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live with details.
Yeah, and this afternoon, Bill, a flurry of statements has flown from the Clayton County Sheriff's Office email denouncing commissioners' budget cuts. Sheriff Levon Allen says the board sliced more than 36 correction officers and $5 million in inmate medical care. This news comes after the county's deputy COO, Landry Murkison, told commissioners that an audit found big spending there on vehicles.
We actually, through various, either through fleet or through finance, tracked down a total of 26 vehicles representing $1.238 million in expenditures, which did not go through the normal county procurement process.
Sheriff Allen says he will be suing the county commission to protect everyone under his care. He expects that suit to be filed by the end of the week. Reporting live, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
94 degrees in Atlanta. Take precautions during the heat wave.
Hotter temperatures lead to more sweat, which is the body's method of staying cool. So the more you sweat, the more water you'll need to drink to stay hydrated and to keep your cooling mechanisms going.
A heat advisory in effect until tomorrow at 8 p.m. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Some people have to work outside in this brutal heat.
With the heat index flirting with 100 to 105, it can be dangerous to work outside. Manuel is a construction worker on a job site in Fulton County. I ask if he's taking extra breaks in this heat.
No, ma'am, no breaks. You know, all gas, no breaks. You know, we get here, and as soon as we get here, we're on the clock. Besides a little lunch break, but besides that, we're going at it.
Trying to get the job done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, doctors do urge caution. Feeling woozy or excessive sweating are both signs of heat-related illness and should be treated seriously. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
On days like today, when there's a heat advisory, the Georgia Public Service Commission says Georgia Power cannot disconnect service to a residential customer for non-payment.
In the middle of a heat wave, we try to make sure that the health of the Georgians is taken first and foremost.
The PSC's Tom Krause says this rule is a temporary restriction. When the heat heat advisory is lifted, the disconnection can be reinstated. President Trump warns Israel not to escalate the war against Iran. CBS's Robert Berger in Jerusalem reports the ceasefire announced by the president last night is holding for now.
The sense is that the ceasefire is going to hold. Iran has been hit hard, and it really needs a ceasefire. And while Israel has had the upper hand, President Trump has sent a tough warning to refrain from further airstrikes.
The White House is blasting reporting from CNN and others claiming U.S. bunker busters did not destroy Iran's nuclear program. The reports say an early intelligence assessment finds it only set it back by months. The White House calls the reporting flat out wrong. Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter is nominating President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. The president's nomination comes after his role in brokering this week's ceasefire agreement between Iran and Israel. The Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield is getting bigger.
The Trust for Public Land closed on the 21.5 acres after 3 years, and State Director George Dusenberry says in the past 20 years they've added more than 80 acres to the park.
Anything we can do to build on that success and expand that success, we're going to do it.
Park Superintendent Patrick Gammon tells me this 21 acres includes a pond that's been critical in helping fight fires in the park in the past, and that's what it will be used for now.
This is a great thing to protect us in the future.
He says they don't plan to add trails or allow public access to the pond. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A semi-truck nearly slams into a house after a police chase in Cobb County this morning. Police say the driver began to flee on Ernest Barrett Parkway from Dallas Highway. He lost control around a curve, and the truck came to rest on an embankment on the side of the road. The driver was then taken into custody. He's now in the hospital but faces charges of reckless driving. More charges are pending. No other people were injured during the chase. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Still in recovery mode on I-75 northbound between Marietta and Kennesaw after that earlier debris cleanup wrapped up just before Barrett Parkway, exit 269. Toughest part of 75 north now starts at Cumberland Boulevard for the ride up to Highway 5, the Canton Road connector, exit 267. 400 northbound, I think we got some flashing lights mostly off to the right. 400 northbound, right next to the North Springs MARTA station before you get up to Northridge, exit 6, adding to the delays from 285. 85 northbound, you're jammed in from Shallowford Road. You're going to stay on and off that brake pedal up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99 in Norcross, and sluggish into Swanee from Sugarloaf Parkway up to the 985 split. And a crash just moved on to the right shoulder in West Atlanta. They did it by themselves, didn't even wait for the hero to get there. I-20 westbound at 285 exit 51. Some moderate volume starts back at Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, but that should start to improve. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Sunset this evening just before 9 o'clock. Still very warm with temperatures in the upper 80s at that time. Not much of a cool down for tomorrow morning, lows in the mid 70s, and another hot day for Wednesday, high 97. But watching the skies for Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, scattered rain showers and thunderstorms rolling through. Some of these storms may be capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Rain coming to an end for Thursday morning, lows in the mid 70s. Partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Thursday afternoon, high 95. Rain chances go up for Friday and Saturday with highs in the low 90s.
93 in Chamblee and Kennesaw, 96 right now in Stockbridge. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. And I will say that I've seen parts of the Jurassic movies. I saw a part of one, a couple of them back. Maybe it was Jurassic World, where they were in these, these spheres.
Yeah, that was a couple movies ago, wasn't it? That was Matt.
That was the Chris Pratt.
No, Chris Pratt and Ron Howard's daughter.
Terrible.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yeah,
it was
not
absolutely
good.
awful.
They basically made them into these Godzilla ridiculous action movies because I guess
But it seems like people don't even like them, though. You'd think that saying that, see, that's like almost like a, I thought the first Fast and Furious movie was really, really good. I had no interest after that. And I know after that it all became set pieces and stunts and all this. But the people who like the franchise continue to like those movies. It just doesn't seem to me like a lot of Jurassic Park people have just very openly said the last two have just been terrible.
Well, this rebirth, maybe this will be.
Oh, it's starting over?
Yeah, maybe so. Again, in the trailer, they keep showing this baby dinosaur that jumps in a girl's backpack. Oh God! And then she walks around with
cute. I can see the meetings now. You know, that baby Yoda went over pretty well.
Yeah.
Let's make a baby dinosaur.
This is the
Let's start mixing IPs.
Yes, yes. Let's start mixing them. Well, they used to do that, didn't they? Used to do like the Wolfman meets the versus Dracula.
They could do the Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
Transformers v. Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that I would not attend, but I predict that many people.
It would be loud.
And that's all it takes these days.
That's all that matters.
That's
really.
all that matters. Just make sure Patti LuPone isn't watching a movie in the theater next door. She will complain.
She'll yell at you.
She will. And she has a right to, because she is, the queen of Broadway. Hey, how about some trending stories, Jared Yamamoto?
Well, we haven't talked a lot about Oklahoma City Thunder.
Hold on a second, George Clark. Your shirt says believe. Believe what?
In all my conspiracies.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to know. It seemed like you were giving me a command vis-a-vis your T-shirt. I just wanted to know. I'm sorry.
Believe
Go
in
ahead.
yourself.
Well, remember, on
I do,
WSB's YouTube and on WSBRadio.com, he is sending. You can see that when George speaks on there.
Tune
so
in.
he's sending a message.
Tune in, and then if you tune in, there'll be 10 of you. Okay, now what do we have?
We haven't talked a lot about the OKC Thunder, but they
won their first championship.
It was stormy in Kansas City.
No, OKC is not Kansas City.
How dare you?
Kansas City, right?
No, bless her heart.
I know.
Bless her
What?
heart. OKC is Oklahoma City.
Which is, of course, in Colorado.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
Okay, OKC.
Got it.
And this team.
Actually, that's kind of a way. It's a shorthand of did you understand? OKC?
Yeah.
All right. She sees it. Yeah. All right, yes.
Well, this team is so young. They won the championship. They didn't really know how to pop champagne bottles, and you have Isaiah Hartenson talking about that moment here.
I mean, first of all, none of us knew how to do it. So
like popping the champagne bottles.
So it was more like, like those like YouTube tutorials. And so we were just asking AC how to do it. And so it was a kind of not really in sync because no one knew how to do it. But
okay.
Yeah, shout out to AC for kind of teaching us
Alex
how
Caruso.
to pop champagne, I guess.
You seriously didn't know how to open a champagne bottle?
No. I mean, when I won in Lithuania, they just drank hard tequila, so there was no just hard liquor straight. So yeah, we had to learn from AC.
I'd like to get. I think that the champagne celebration after you win should go away ever since the goggles came in. Do people like Jared's age think that in the 1970s when this went on that they were all wearing goggles?
No goggles, no plastic sheets up.
No, nothing. It was just like, we're so excited. We're doing this. And now it's just like this ritualistic thing. It's hey, you won. So now you got to put on the goggles.
Champagne, yeah.
And do this thing. There's nothing spontaneous or fun about it. And back in the 70s, baseball players didn't care if some got in their eyes. They didn't care if they were in rehab.
I missed the cigars, too. There used to be so many cigars.
No, cigars came later. See,
like when I remember the Braves making their big division run in the 90s and into the 2000s, there was always cigars.
Cigars
involved.
make me vomit, so I don't even like to think about it.
Managers smoked in
one
the dugout.
did anyway.
Did they really?
Jim Leland was the last manager to smoke in a dugout.
Oh yeah, they were.
What a different time.
It's a good. They had to clean up the sport, I think, with the smoking and the chewing of tobacco, not for health reasons or even influencing children who are watching. Just as the, we used to watch baseball on little tube TVs or even a larger tube TV. The transmission wasn't that great. When things got into like 4K and guys are grabbing themselves and spitting all over the place, it became something that was kind of gross to watch on TV.
It's super gross.
It's like, all right, fellas, a few less ticks. A few less ticks when you're out there. Has anybody choked on the what do they chew now? They chew
sunflower seeds.
Yeah, but those things can get caught in your throat.
They can, yeah. They spit them all over the dugout too.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Why are baseball players so disgusting?
It's because the game is so long and there's so many of them.
Yes,
they've got nothing else to do but
that's true.
It's also stressful. It's also very stressful.
Very stressful.
All right, but so is football.
Yeah, but
and nobody's like having hot dogs on the side.
Yeah, because you're getting punched in the face constantly.
A typical baseball game goes by fast now. It's honestly it's honestly too fast with the pitch clock.
Well, then we should have no chewing and spitting.
That's right. See, there you go. See,
speaking of baseball games, this is a wild one last night with the Braves. Was it last night against the Mets?
We did beat the Mets last night.
Yeah, wow, that was a wild one. I mean, that was something else. And the the Braves just keep killing this pitcher every time he pitches against him. Like, what's his name? Blackburn?
I think so.
There's like, yeah. See, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm going to be better with the Braves because I found a YouTube page that in 12 minutes shows you everything that happened important in every inning.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I don't have to sit through the whole thing. But the Braves were up 3-0 until like the 7th or 8th, and then it got close.
Well, we got to watch out tonight because the Mets just signed left-handed pitcher Dickie Lovelady to their bullpen.
He's
Lovelady.
Yeah, Dickie
Is that a
Lovelady.
Borden guy?
No, that's his grandpa Dick.
Dick Lovelady?
Lovelady.
Yeah.
So watch. That's going to be the guy.
Wasn't he in
that's
Deep Throat?
I think so.
See, the problem is.
But so where are the Braves still in third place?
We're still in third place. We're 6.5.
Mets have lost 9 of their last 10.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
Mets,
this just another typical Mets year? Are they going to fall apart again?
They're missing some pieces. The Mets
Oh,
are.
that always happens.
They're a good team. The Braves, what you're seeing from them is you're finally seeing the pieces gel together. And really, it was Acuna needed to come
he's
back.
getting excited. He's getting Beltline
He
excited.
was at a
I
game
am.
with his dad last week where they came back from being down and then kicked the crap out of the
Yeah,
Mets.
and we ended up sweeping the Mets.
But
That was
I mean,
the
I
game
cannot believe it's happened. Well, it's too early to say. There's still
there's a lot of time.
There's
That's why-
9,328 games to go.
Well, that's why when everybody was panicking about the Braves, I'm like, don't panic yet. We've got plenty of time to figure this out.
I was panicking, and now I'm not.
And you would rather have your
You're
team.
a Yankees fan.
Well, Jared, because I support Jared, I was
Oh,
panicking.
okay, I see.
And he calmed me down.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no need to panic. It's only sports.
It's
not as important as you've led yourself
You know
to
how much I
believe.
love baseball? Every day I go, when is it football season?
Well, football just owns us now.
I know.
mean, I tune in to watch people talk about, the 92-man roster. But what? This is not going to bear any resemblance to reality once they actually start playing football. Now is the time, whether it's the Falcons, whatever team you're following, now is the time that you get to know whoever the Rudy of the year is. Like, I don't know. I think he's going to make it. He was like, he's only done lacrosse up to this point, but he looks like he's really, they never make it. They never make it, but it's like a story for a few weeks you can follow.
See, this is where I allow myself this month and next month is my football cleanse, and then once it picks up, I'm going to be hooked every Saturday, Sunday.
I try, but with the Buffalo Bills now, there's apparently the stadium's behind schedule. So
Well, they still have the old one to play in, right?
Well, yeah, they do, but they want to get this one opened on time. They're supposed to get it open by the 2026 season. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Huh? Oh, I don't like
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
No, I don't have any interest in I don't watch sports shows. I don't care. I'm not going to watch people talk about baseball or basketball. I'm just not interested.
The thing that they
Yeah, I know.
got to
See,
get rid
Autumn
of.
and I, we're
I'm out.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I can't focus on these many sports teams.
Except for the pro bowling. You like that.
Well, the pro bowling.
That's the PBA, right?
Yeah.
I like the tag that's on ESPN 9.
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, you know what? It's funny. You sounded like you were hypnotizing her.
You love the bowling.
I love the bowling.
That's right.
You get bowling on television. My heaven, you can't watch that.
Yes, you can.
Nobody
if you're
can.
high enough.
Listen, when I was a kid and
Hell, they've got cornhole on right now.
Saturday afternoon, I was just like, I'm sitting there. I'm
PBA.
like, oh my goodness, I'm bored. Is there
Would you
anything
rather watch
happening?
cornhole?
Are all of my friends out of town? Is there nothing going on that I could do in my life? No, I don't want to watch cornhole. I don't want to watch cherry seed.
Poker. You can watch all that stuff.
No, I don't want to watch poker. I don't want to watch e-games. That is the most boring thing in the world, to watch somebody play e-games on television.
E-games?
I was
Yeah.
thankful for bowling
E-games,
because I
that's
didn't want to
those are-
watch
Like
golf. When I was a kid,
What?
I was like, thank God they're watching bowling instead of golf.
Yeah, I hated golf when I was a kid because I didn't understand it as
Yeah.
a sport. Now I can watch a little bit of golf, but not an entire weekend. E-games are just professional video game players.
Oh.
And there are e-game leagues, and now like ESPN2 covers these things.
Esports.
And they get they
Oh,
get these you tune in and it's like, well, this kid can't be stopped. I don't know who this kid is. He's a legend, and not a legend to me.
When you play against these players that play sports games like the Maddens, the NCAAs, and whatnot, and you see them with their incredible records, it is fun to watch them. I actually,
How is it? Yeah,
I
I
never
don't
thought
play
I would
video
like
games,
it.
so
I never thought I'd like it, but I like it.
Well,
I like
it's
to
'cause
watch
you
people
play.
play bingo.
Yeah, now that That is a television sport, my friend.
What did he say? He what?
Bingo.
Alex Williams says it's a brake light battle through downtown.
It is indeed, Eric, and now we got out of stall into the mix. It's with all this heat, a lot of cars stalling out this afternoon, and we got a new one in the left lane, 75-85 northbound, just before I-20 exit 247. The brake light battle starts back at Highway 166, Langford Parkway. Not going to break free till you make your way up past Peach Street, Pine Street, heading up through Midtown. Southbound into town, it's jammed in from the 85-400 merge. 75 southbound delay start at Northside Drive. That slow ride continues on 75-85 southbound as you make your way down past North Avenue. The closer you get to I-20, though, those delays will start to improve. And into Cobb County, all lanes blocked and reopened. 285 eastbound, the outer loop at Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. Stall now off to the right there, so the delays back to Jonesboro Road will get better. Traffic brought to you by Peach Pass and the new Peach Pass Go mobile app. The Peach Pass Go mobile app helps you get there faster with new and improved features and more coming soon. Download the Peach Pass Go mobile app today at peachpass.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays, beginning this Thursday.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Listen up, because women have long waited for the world to recognize the importance of our health.
Northside Hospital goes beyond "we hear you" to "we're out here with you," because women deserve more than open ears.
They deserve open doors, and 1 ounce of action is worth 1,000 words.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work for you.
This is a house call. Heard. Learn more at northside.com/heard.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Yeah, that's one you wouldn't fly today. Politically incorrect. The Monty Python, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, would not fly today. I was thinking about this yesterday because people are so stupid, and, you know, you have to be somewhat intelligent to be able to handle humor. But, you know, that's that whole thing that I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, and then it ends up I'm doing all these macho things, and then all of a sudden I don't know, I wear dresses at night or whatever.
I wear high heels, I wear a dress.
Yeah.
I wish I was a girly just like my dear papa.
Yeah, and the joke there ain't it so funny that the joke, it's always been to me, is that nobody is really as macho as they are pretending to be. There's always, and also the other part of the joke is somebody else appears to have written the song because everybody singing it starts, what do we, but because people, at least when it comes to humor, their collective intelligence has dropped. And as a result of that, if you're a humorist of any kind, you could lose your ability to make money. You just cannot rely on people to be able to understand what the joke is. And so therefore, you just have to water it down, or you have to become the type of comedian who's known as, I say the things you don't want to hear, but that has to become your brand. But just average people showing up, the intellect of society is not rising. I don't know if anybody's noticed this. And one of the ways that you can tell how smart a society is how much nuance they can understand. And how intelligent anybody is, I think, can be brought down to how much abstract thought an individual can engage in. That's when you're really, really smart, because abstract thought, you don't have to be taught things over and over again. Abstract thought, you can learn something 4 years ago doing something completely different than what you're doing now, and then go, oh, yeah, and you can apply a lesson from something on a different job, from a different thing, and apply it now. Well, that also goes with the nuance of conversations, and you're able to kind of pick up on irony. You're able to pick up on juxtaposition, these sort of things. And I think that whenever you see that a lot of comedians are being, I don't know, that movie's problematic. No, you are. The movie is not problematic. The movie, if it was funny, is still funny. It's you. You're the one who's problematic because you don't have the intellect that people did back when that movie came out, that you're talking about saying is problematic. It really is. Somebody needs to start pointing the finger at the people who want to tell us all that they're triggered and say, no, you're not triggered. Yeah, your trigger finger needs to be pointed to those who say they're triggered, and needs to, no, you're not triggered. You're just not as smart as the people who came before you, who understood nuance and understood that the actual hearing of a word does nothing to you. A word without context is meaningless. So I'm sick. I know that we're kind of past all of the canceling stuff, but we're not past the apologies for a movie from the 60s or any. Now, the way that you should actually look at the Mickey Rooney character in Breakfast at Tiffany's is it should make you laugh now that they always thought that was going to be hilarious to everybody. And that's the way you should look at it. Are you going to watch something and get offended by a movie that was made in 1960 or something? That's on you. You're being offended by something that was made 70 years ago.
Don't watch The Jazz Singer.
Which one? The first? Yeah, exactly.
With Al Jolson.
Exactly. I watch it though. I watch those things and I just like scratch my head. Like blackface. Like Fred Astaire. There's one of his crazy great dances. And it's an homage to Bojangles. So he's doing it as an homage, saying, I'm a dancer. I think this other guy. So and he's doing it in blackface. And I just think it's hilarious when you look at it and just go, so back in the 30s, you thought this was always going to be hilarious to people? It's funny, though. And it should be a lesson to everybody who thinks they know what's what now. You don't know what you think is so normative now isn't going to look ridiculous and outrageous to people 100 years from now. But we don't have humility anymore. Nobody understands that. It's the United States of hubris. But it's not a place where you don't win cool things from radio stations.
Yeah.
We may have lost our sense of humor, but we have not lost our sense of entitlement. And we're here to feed your sense of entitlement. Win 2 tickets to see Bryan Adams on Thursday, November 6th at Gas South Arena. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Alex Williams says there are delays on 285 between Dunwoody and Tucker.
And luckily right now it's just the volume that I'm seeing, Eric. 285 eastbound as you leave Ashford Dunwoody Road. Picks up as you make your way through Dorville and Tucker between Beaufort Highway and Chamblee Tucker Road. But once you get down to North Lake Parkway, things start to pick up for the ride down into Clarkston. 285 westbound, the outer loop on and off that brake pedal from Georgia 400 and Sandy Springs, passing I-75 in Cobb County. It stays sluggish through Smyrna Vinings. And if you're traveling on I-20 eastbound into DeKalb County, it's also getting better in the work zone from I-285, the east side perimeter, for the trek out toward Lithonia. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelley Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for The Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday, noon to 1, right here on 95.5 WSB.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, Atlanta's engagement ring and wedding band destination since 1939. Why? Easy. Hand-picked diamonds that just shine brighter at a value that can't be beat. An unbelievable selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, from classic to modern to off the wall, because hey, you like what you like. And because we've been jewelers for generations, we can bring your dream ring to life with full custom abilities. If you're getting engaged, we make shopping for diamonds easy with Atlanta's best staff of trained gemologists. Tell us what matters to you, and we'll work together to get you the best value. We're a small family-owned business. We live here. We want you to like us. Already engaged? Congrats, you found your perfect match. Time for your ring to find its perfect match. Just bring yourself, your partner, stack them up, and try as many wedding band looks as you can dream up. Make it personal with touches like birthstones and engraving. So when it's time for the next chapter, come see Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939, D. Geller & Son, in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Steel Horse Law knows that your bike is made of steel, but your heart is made of gold. If someone causes you to lay your bike down, you deserve the very best from an experienced firm that knows bikers because they are bikers. Eric Von Hassler for Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group. They're local, so they understand the changes to Georgia law, and you'll meet directly with your attorney, not just an assistant like the mega firms. Schedule your free accident evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
That's you, looking at your garage door, and you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top story, new reports out today seem to downplay the success of U.S. bunker busters in Iran. CNN and others report an early intelligence assessment finds strikes on nuclear facilities did not destroy them. Reporter Selena Wang is at the White House with more.
According to this initial report, and the caveat here is that this can change as more intelligence assessments come out, which was highly classified. This report says that the U.S. believes, based on this early report, that significant damage was done, but that was mostly to the above ground structures, not to the ones deep underground. And according to one person, the enriched uranium was not destroyed and the centrifuges are largely intact.
The White House is disputing those reports. President Trump says the truce between Israel and Iran is back on. CBS's Erica Brown is with the president at the NATO summit in the Netherlands.
Ahead of his arrival in Europe for the NATO summit, the president posted a screenshot of a message from NATO's Secretary General congratulating him for decisive action in Iran, saying it was something no one else dared to do.
94 degrees in Atlanta. Heat advisory through 8 p.m. tomorrow. Do storms bring us any relief? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Clayton County Sheriff Levon Allen plans to sue the county over cuts to the jail. He says the commission cut more than 36 correctional officers and $5 million in inmate medical care. County CEO Landry Murkison questions some of the spending at the sheriff's office.
There was a couple of expenditures to Crystal and Fayetteville, another one to Papa John's, some checks paying off the balance at D&K Sioux City, and then a few checks to both Landmark Dodge and GMC Hennessy for what appeared to be vehicle service.
Sheriff Allen says he'll sue the county commission to protect everyone under his care. He expects the suit to be filed by the end of the week. Atlanta police are trying to track down the final 2 teen suspects accused of taking a knife to rainbow flags in Midtown. Hate crime charges are possible.
Just after 1:30 Tuesday morning, Atlanta police quickly responding to a disturbance call here at the Rainbow Crosswalks at Piedmont and 10th and finding
6 males in the area that were riding around on scooters, and they were in the middle of the intersection defacing gay pride flags.
Sergeant Brandon Hayes says they sprinted away on scooters, but officers caught 18-year-olds Ahmed McCoury and Logan Matheson, 17-year-old Jamie McCarroll, and a 16-year-old whose dad is also charged with failing to supervise his son. Hayes says the teen vandals planned their trip here from Cartersville and Dallas. In Midtown Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
A reward of up to $10,000 is offered as Marietta police trying to find a person who set cars on fire at 2 separate locations.
Vehicles for sale at the ALM car dealership on Cobb Parkway were set on fire, and as Marietta fire crews worked to put out those fires, they had to move half a mile away to put out vehicle fires at the Unlimited Auto Group. Assistant Fire Chief Jason Garner says they're calling it arson in both cases after cameras showed a man walking away from the fires.
Investigators are scrubbing through video from the area, attempting to find something that's of good enough quality to make an identification.
Garner says anyone with tips can call Marietta Fire or the arson hotline. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
WSB Money Update. Investors celebrate the ceasefire news out of the Middle East. Airline stocks, including Atlanta-based Delta, lead the rally on Wall Street. The Dow gaining more than 500 points today. NASDAQ up close to 1.5%. The S&P rises more than 1%. Millions of people with student loans are at risk of losing 15% of their paychecks this summer.
TransUnion says roughly 6 million federal student loan borrowers are 90 days or more past due now that a pandemic-era reprieve is over. Nearly a third of them could start having their wages garnished as soon as next month.
Correspondent Allison Keys reports the Education Department resumed collections on defaulted loans last month. It's now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Trying to clean up the ride around town this Tuesday evening, Bill. Still slow into Marietta on 75 northbound. Just volume, though, from 285 as you make the ride up to Highway 5, the Canton Road connector. Exit number 267, 400 northbound. Also, a little bit of volume in Sandy Springs from 285 up toward Northridge Road, exit 6. Toughest part of 85 northbound is between Dorville and Norcross from Chamblee Tucker Road, exit 94, up past Pleasantdale Road, exit number 96. And just found a new crash on the Stone Mountain Freeway, Highway 78 eastbound, just east of I-285. It's knocking out the right lane, causing some merging madness from 285 north to Highway 78 eastbound. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Sunset this evening just before 9 o'clock, still very warm with temperatures in the upper 80s at that time. Not much of a cool down for tomorrow morning, lows in the mid 70s, and another hot day for Wednesday, high 97. But watching the skies for Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, scattered rain showers and thunderstorms rolling through. Some of these storms may be capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Rain coming to an end for Thursday morning, lows in the mid 70s. Partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Thursday afternoon, high 95. Rain chances go up for Friday and Saturday with highs in the low 90s.
90 in Dunwoody, 94 in Midtown Atlanta, 93 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
This upcoming health tip is brought to you by Kroger Pharmacy. During allergy season, your clothing and hair could be covered with pollen. So when you get home, it's not a bad idea to change your clothes and toss them in the laundry. You could also take a shower to rinse off any allergen left on your skin or in your hair. Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts Medicare D and TRICARE Department of Defense plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details.
A DUI conviction might cost you your license. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Hey, a hearty congratulations to Debbie Baker of Alpharetta. Won 2 tickets to see Bryan Adams on Thursday, November 6th at Gas South Arena. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Oh, he's not done with the, what did Autumn refer to it as? Kansas City. He's not.
Oh, Kansas City.
Yeah, he's not done with the OKC.
Well, I feel bad for the MVP of the winner of the finals because
that would be the
ABC
Thunder.
Yeah, and because Disney owns the rights to air the NBA Finals, they always have to go on Good Morning America the next day.
Which is wrong, as we saw a long time ago with Stetson Bennett in the Georgia Bulldogs' first national championship. Yeah, these guys are young, and they just won a national championship, and they get drunk.
Yeah.
As most people would, not all people.
And of course, they bring in the SGA, the star from OKC, and Gayle King is like, oh, yeah, I'm not getting a lot out of him. You can tell that she's trying to pull from him a little bit.
Probably had like 30 minutes of sleep.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, give it up all for SGA. Give it up and joining us this morning. Oh, my God. How does NBA champion have a good ring to you,
Hold
SGA?
on a second. Wait, hold on a second. Hey, she's
Yeah.
Wow.
It's everything I imagined it to be. The opportunity has been amazing, and I'm happy and I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Okay, have you been to sleep, Shai? Have you been, because you look a little sleepy. Did you get any rest since last night?
I got some rest, not as much as I'd like, but hey, you only live once.
That's right, and you are living your best life right now.
Oh, wait, I thought she was better than that. Right at the very beginning of it, she just sounds like a high school reporter doing an interview. Hey, play the beginning of that again. That just did not sound all that. Maybe she saw him and she went, uh-oh.
Yeah,
and there was
because
a moment.
once you see his face on camera, he's like,
maybe she was like, uh-oh.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, give it up all for SGA. Give it up and joining us this morning. Oh, my God. How does NBA champion?
Like that, right there. That's just not
NBA
to me.
champion.
Wow.
He got a
Gail, it
ring.
happens. It happens once a year. it's not
NBA champion.
Now, is she on CBS? Because you said Good Morning America that they have to do.
Yeah, Gayle King is CBS.
Oh, I might have that wrong.
Yeah.
Is Good Morning America CBS?
No.
Yes. No.
Good Morning America is 80s.
She's the host of
CBS This Morning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Charlie Rose got in trouble for
looking at a woman.
Well, he kind of creeped her out. He was in a hotel room.
Hey, you want to?
He walks out with
promotion?
with his.
He was nude.
No, I think he had his robe on. Now I could be conflating Garrison Keillor and Charlie Rose with their Me Too stories.
That happens all the time.
It does. One of them
two, yes.
had like a young person from the staff, and there was like a hotel room, and they walked out with a robe on or something that was loosely. Was that Garrison Keillor or was it somebody looking at? Was it Keillor or Charlie Rose? And then Neil deGrasse Tyson offered to
honk honk.
Hey, how come you're not talking about the new JWST thing?
What are you talking about? As a woman, would you like me to talk about the Vera Rubin
Yes.
telescope because it's a woman and you're a woman? Is that why you?
No, not the Vera. No.
Oh.
I'm talking about
because there's a new telescope now named after a woman. She was the one who found out that the stuff at the edges of the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, were not doing what physics said that they should do. And now she has been recognized with a brand new telescope. I thought that was what you were bringing it up.
No, it's that JWST has found that 2/3 of the galaxies in the universe, in the observable universe, are spinning in the same direction, which is really weird. And so they think that we're inside of a wormhole, inside of a black
hole. Yes, well,
Yeah,
that's been around for a little bit.
Our universe is inside of a black hole that's
Yeah.
looking at another.
That's
We're
what
a
I
pocket.
just
I know,
said.
but we're like a pocket universe. So that's what they keep saying.
Well, I needed a
Thank you,
man.
Jared.
I needed
Thank
a
you,
man.
Jared.
Whoa.
Say pocket universe.
I didn't.
I didn't need to. I said we were a universe inside of a black
Well,
hole.
both of you can back off because I've known about this story for like 2 months. What's,
They
what-
just talked about it on my TikTok. So I
Okay.
just
well, JW2
ST James Webb Space Telescope.
Yeah, that misogynist. Or was it anti-gay? I can't remember which one he was.
I thought Hubble was.
No. Hubble was a good guy. Come on.
You don't know that?
No, James Webb did not speak up against an anti-gay policy of NASA when he was administrator.
Oh, okay.
So at the very end, they tried to take his name off it, but it didn't work. Bastard. So, yeah. And I was like, when I saw it, I'm like, well, was he really mean to gay people or something? He's like, no, he just simply didn't speak up when he was an administrator. Well, okay, now we're getting a little stretched here, a little bit. A little stretched. So JW, ST? Space Telescope. What is wrong with my
Don't say Space Telescope if you say JWST.
JWST Space Telescope?
No, that's too many.
ATM machine.
That would be
That's right.
JWSTST.
That's right. So
Charlie Rose came out in an open robe.
okay.
Thank you,
Thank
George.
you. Thank you. Garrison
And did he
Keeler.
find out that we were in a black hole or something?
Yeah.
Pocket black hole.
Garrison Keeler.
Come on.
Never mind.
Tell me what Garrison
Garrison
Keeler.
Keeler, the primary allegation came from a female colleague who claimed Keeler touched her inappropriately, placing his hand on her bare back under her shirt.
That's not right.
Oh, that is kind of gross.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He started. He had somebody in
He
his
like
apartment.
invited somebody over and took his shirt off. and
No,
stuff.
he was like rubbing their shoulders, and then
Wanna
he
see my man boobs?
and then he offered to like this is my favorite move from like a nerd. He offered to show her some tribe's love dance or something. I can't remember exactly. Look it up, George. It's really,
Embarrassing.
really. I don't know if it's enough. He didn't really get canceled. He was just like a little bit of a creeper. Yeah, I've known about this for a couple of months, but maybe they're really making it public now that it's quite possible. I've told you about some of these things that we've been learning. You know, one that the universe may or may not be expanding. Given some of like they found that there are large swaths of the universe with nothing in it, and in these large swaths with absolutely nothing in it, time moves faster, and that it's possible. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Backing me up. It's quite possible that just from where we are situated, our point of view may be an optical illusion because we're seeing this time flying faster in some of these areas. So I'm not saying that that's true. I'm saying there's a lot of new questions since the old JW blah, 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 blah.
JWST.
That's
How about
right.
we just get high and watch TV?
Hey, man.
Why not?
Hey, man. So, yeah, I think it's quite possible that we're inside of a black hole. Who knows what's going on? Nobody knows what's going
knows?
on. Nobody knows.
Trump knows. Trump knows what's going
My
on.
big question
I know
is,
everything.
my biggest question is, with all this stuff going on, am I going to have to pay rent? If the answer is yes, then I don't care.
Yeah, you have to pay rent. You got to figure out a way to pay rent, and you have
feed
no
your
time.
kids.
No time for the bigger questions, Autumn.
Yeah,
Leave that to the eggheads,
the dorks.
the eggheads who can afford eggs. Keep their heads going.
Neil deGrasse Tyson wanted to perform the Native American handshake.
What is?
That involved a prolonged hand-holding and pulse checking.
Uh-huh.
Then said he wanted to hug her, but if I do, I'll just want more.
I love the nerd who dresses the pass up with like history. I can teach you something.
Yeah, this was after he came out in a tank top that revealed a lot of skin, quote.
Mm.
And,
I knew that he had a shirt off.
and he spoke about needing releases because of his stress at work.
Shouldn't Neil deGrasse Tyson have like a wife and children, or like what's it like? Does
He's
he?
too much of a player.
Is
You
that it?
know, look at him. He's a badass.
He annoys me.
Oh, for sure.
He
Well,
is
he's a
annoying.
celebrity more than he's a scientist.
Yes, I know that. But people say
Now, I mean, he used to do work.
that he used to, but he was always like one of those guys who, I'm the astrophysicist that'll tell you that the baby's ugly. You know, he was always like that kind of thing.
He was trying to be Carl Sagan, but he's not
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, Carl Sagan, man. Carl Sagan didn't make a lot of enemies, even though he criticized a lot of people. There was something about his personality. And
He's still likable.
He's still likable. And when Neil deGrasse Tyson did his version of, what the hell's the name of that
Cosmos.
show? Cosmos. It was more very much like, oh, here we are. We're in the culture war, and we're on this side. And that was so not Carl Sagan, even though he would be quite critical of many different,
His show was about science and the facts.
Yeah, and also, but I mean, he was he butted heads with religion.
Yeah,
but not the way that this Cosmos did, which was just depicted everybody who didn't agree with him as a complete and total idiot and snark.
There's a lot of climate change in this one too. That was I remember watching it, and
a lot of messaging, a lot of all that, and it was too bad. I looked forward to it. And I was out after the first episode. I was like, this guy's full of himself. Alex Williams says there's brake lights on 75 in Marietta.
Yeah, never really recovered this afternoon, Eric, after that earlier travel advisory that's long gone. 75 and northbound up at the Barrett Parkway. You're just still seeing those brake lights, 75 and northbound, as you leave I-285, trying to make your way up into Marietta. Crash should be off to the side right around the South 120 loop. I'm looking for that right now on the jam cam. Once you get past that, it stays sluggish up to Highway 5, the Canton Road connector. We've also got a crash on Highway 78 eastbound, the Stone Mountain Freeway, right at I-285, a right lane block there, so a little bit of volume trying to ramp off at 285 north, and just found a stall in the second right lane, and they're about to push it off to the right as we speak. 75-85 southbound before North Avenue, exit 249. Traffic brought to you by Stone Mountain Park. See the same exact fireworks show July 1st to the 7th at Stone Mountain Park. All new fire drones, plus the light show and fireworks finale. Tickets at stonemountainpark.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Buying a new car? Need help fixing your current car? What's the safest car for a first-time buyer? The Car Guys have the answer. Join Shelley Winter and automotive expert Kevin Deutsch this and every Saturday at 12 for all your car needs. The Car Guys, presented by Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Saturdays at noon on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2798. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, Atlanta's engagement ring and wedding band destination since 1939. Why? Easy. Hand-picked diamonds that just shine brighter at a value that can't be beat. An unbelievable selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, from classic to modern to off the wall, because hey, you like what you like. And because we've been jewelers for generations, we can bring your dream ring to life with full custom abilities. If you're getting engaged, we make shopping for diamonds easy with Atlanta's best staff of trained gemologists. Tell us what matters to you, and we'll work together to get you the best value. We're a small family-owned business. We live here. We want you to like us. Already engaged? Congrats, you found your perfect match. Time for your ring to find its perfect match. Just bring yourself, your partner, stack them up, and try as many wedding band looks as you can dream up. Make it personal with touches like birthstones and engraving. So when it's time for the next chapter, come see Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939, D. Geller & Son, in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Your summer vacation is going to be awesome, but coming home to those floors won't be. While you're gone, let our highly trained installers transform your space. Just imagine coming home to beautiful new floors. Our promise is to make your flooring process painless. Our focus is to make it perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Jared Yamamoto has some audio that he thinks would be interesting to listen to before we take off for the evening. And so and I really think it's sad. I'm the one who's, I'm sure many people have accused me of being a misogynist. Not just that one musician that used to piss me off, who I can't remember her name. Many people have. And yet, I at least have history. Jared Yamamoto tells me I've got this Rebecca Lobo, and
she's a WNBA announcer.
I'm like, well, she was also an WNBA star.
Did not know that. I learned something today.
Oh, so don't call me. Wasn't she the one where Gayle King or somebody asked her about the charges against Kobe right after Kobe died, and it became a big scandal? I think maybe it was Rebecca Lobo who was being interviewed. I'm not sure. But so she is going to this is what I've been told by Jared Yamamoto. She is going to apologize for suggesting that it's a good thing if Americans are open-minded. Is that basically? We'll see. Sometimes you set me up and it ends up not being
I'll
there,
give a little more context to just make sure it makes sense. So the Fever and the Aces are playing each other. The Fever get a tic-tac foul, and if the foul is not called, it's likely that Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever can at least tie the game, right?
Yeah.
And she disagrees with the ref's call here, and then this is where it picks up.
So they disagree with you. They do, and I disagree with them, and that's fine. That's what makes America great, right, Pam Ward?
That's what she's apologizing for.
I should rephrase that. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, I did think
opinion are perfectly
yes,
fine.
that's a better way to say it. Sorry about that.
All right. Well, that's not quite as. I mean, she did have I sensed a little bit of a smile there, a little bit, but it is rather ridiculous. You can say that America's great and not be a Trumper.
Thank you. Right? It's ridiculous.
You can say it's what makes America great and not be a Trumper. People are so hung up on the most idiotic things. Actions. You are defined by your actions, not your words. Sometimes they're both evil and they go together and you easily stand out.
Yeah.
But your character is defined by your actions, not a slip of the tongue. Now, go tell everybody else, because that music is telling us two things. Shut the hell up and get the hell out. And you know us, we're damn good citizens, and you know what that means. We never question authority. We do what we're told.
So it makes America great.
They apologize.
Again.
You
I
say that?
apologize. I can't believe I said that.
Shelley Winter's up next. He's got a great radio show for you, as usual. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then, continue on your journey. Don't piss off the genie.